ever so long. Everybody all right? All right, too, to be here. Ain't that right? Good to see the book. Press their way on in. Ain't that right? Good to see them press their way. Ain't that right? I appreciate that. Good to see y'all. Good to see everybody else. Too, to be on this side and not the other side. Ain't that right? Always all by the con of Mr. Yahuah. Didn't have to do it, but it done it again. And we here. Ain't that right? All right, good opportunity to get it right. See all the sick and shut in recovering.
They here preaching, that's all we can say.
That's all we can do. All the sick and shut in. We still missing a whole section back down. Sick and shut in still down, huh? That thing here still rolling, man. I tell you, they ain't stopping either. All these, I think I heard on the radio that they were saying maybe like 200 different forms of COVID. Yeah, they complain about not having the money now for the research to try to get a hold on all these different COVID types. They're not trying to, I guess they're just telling, because some of this stuff people going to the doctor, they're trying to tell them, I don't know what you got. It ain't strep, it ain't the flu. You know you got some. You're coughing and messing on yourself at the same time. As Yahuah told before, I'm going to put disease on you, you ain't even written in this Sefer. He told us, people can't diagnose it. They just try to give a name to it now. They see it enough, they say, well, let's give it a clinical name and make it seem like we've been on top of it for a long time. We had never heard of COVID. I don't know what these people talking about. They thought like COVID been around and had on Lysol can. Them folks don't know what COVID is. They're just making up stuff as they go. All you're doing is just categorize and putting this on just like they do with us. Everybody black, the same thing. You know good and well all of us ain't the same gooey. That's how they do, just throw everybody, oh, it's still a form of black. Ain't no form of black. We known by our tribes, isn't that right? That's what we know by our tribe. Our tribes got different culture. They just try to categorize. They'll call themselves Irish and German and Italian and everything else. I don't know why you want to put all us African. Isn't that right? We're from different regions of Africa. Just because we're from Africa, we different tribes. So let us be recalled by what our name is. Isn't that right? I really like the Yahudim better than anything that I've been in with you. I like being called by my religious culture. And that's the best way of life you're going to get. You can't get no better than a Yahudim. Isn't that right? Somebody might say they're Yasharal. I mean, it all falls under Yasharal, but I just be honest with you. You don't have to come get with us, though. Isn't that right? Yeah, and the book says Yehudah clave to him in the heart. Isn't that right? Yasharal broke off. But Yehudah clave to him. Isn't that right? That's the same tribe that Yahushua came through. And I harbor all my Akeem now, you know, all of them are cool. I harbor all of them. But you ain't going to get no better Yahudim. Isn't that right? The book declared for us, and he told that Yehudah, he said, you the one that all your Akeem, they going to shakar you. They got to do it. If you are Yasharal, you got to harm me. Isn't that right? Hello, it's just like Yahushua said, if you were Abraham's seed, you will harm me. Ain't that right? Abraham was glad to see me. Ain't that right? That man throwed a muhard. So you gotta, I mean, it's just what it is. You know, they tricked out people, call themselves Hebrews, and then some people throw it on some lights and everything else folks doing. Better come on, get what the man naming and what the man claiming. Ain't that right? That man ain't recognizing all these different acronyms and stuff people throwing in. The man ain't recognized but one thing. Ain't that right? That's their mot. Yasharal gonna have to come on back. Everybody gonna come back. It's getting late now. He calling everybody on home. That time for everybody to come on home. Ain't that right? Those they're gonna come on in. If folk been out there in the wilderness a long time, Mr. Yahuah gonna let them know, come on in. He raking them in now. When they start seeing these other Gentiles, he said, cut out these other Goyim. They'll see your time up. It's like somebody tell them Gentiles and Yasharal their time up. These folk done lied a long time. Ain't that right? Destruction coming on their people. These people done stay here and inhabit our land long enough. Time for everybody to just go on back home. Ain't that right? Speaking the Deutsch. Go on back on over there. Go on back over there to Germany. Ain't that right? Everybody go on back where you come from. Ain't that right? Go on over there back to England, get you a cup of tea or some gravy. Ain't that right? Chop. Oh, chop. Y'all all right? Oh, I don't know. What y'all thinking? Folk done fool you so long, and man think they belong now. No matter because you've been doing something a long time, it don't make it right. So I've been lying all my life. You need to stop it. Isn't that right? Don't make it right. This is all I've been doing all my life. That don't mean you got to keep doing it. Do something different. Isn't that right? That's a lot of stuff we did all our life. Time to make a change. Y'all can cut the air down a little bit down. The side there kind of blowing a little bit on that side down. Get my blood pressure doing better. Usually kind of have you kind of nice and warm. Some of the rest of y'all get y'all on the new low budget blood pressure. And all right, help keep you just a tad cool anyway. Anyway, y'all all right? Goodness, man, y'all look so dead. What happened to y'all? Y'all didn't get paid this Friday? Is it net Friday? They still pay every 2 weeks. I get a job every 2 weeks, but I got to steal. I'm going to have to go in there and pick up something. You want me to wait 2 weeks, I got to pick up something. It's going to be hard enough trying to make them 5, 6, 7 days. I got to pick up something. It's something around this job can be sold. Isn't that right? Little computers or something like that, walk out here something. But you at home, that's the thing. People at home work, what you steal from your home? It says steal time. That's all you can do. So you got to steal something around. How many of y'all work from home? Yeah, they're trying to cut all that off. They're trying to get everybody going on back in. They're trying to rail you back in because, see, the economy ain't going to make it like that. So the preacher been tell you, I've been keeping up with Trump, in the news with Trump. That's good, good. That's good. They don't keep up with it. I've been told these white folk can't do business. Who called it? I've been told y'all. I've been told. Listen, these people, I know they're not better business men than me. It's impossible. I told you these people don't know nothing about no business. The man that had $750,000 property, and he paid an appraiser to come in and put the thing up for $300-some million. How you go from a $750,000 property value and get an appraiser to appraise for $300-some million? That's how they get their money. I be telling you, this is what happened with niggas. All these niggas, they run to their silver. I told they rip them off. Let me tell y'all something, what I know for a fact, okay? Let me tell you what I know for a fact. Nobody making money got time to do no seminar for no $69 a person. You too busy. I already know he's scammed. I already told these folks scam. These people don't do no business. Y'all get impressed with these people. These people don't impress me. Listen, this ain't my first rodeo. I've been out here. I teach people. Listen, I teach people. I tell them all the time, stop running behind these people because y'all see these people with money. I'm telling you, I know these people, it don't work like that. These guys come along, I had a ability, I just did my first property. I just made $150,000. Let me tell you something, you don't clear that kind of money. Don't believe these people. Don't believe me, you don't clear that kind of money. Not unless you turn in some hundreds of thousands of dollars on the property. Don't believe these people, you don't make it like that. You clear these property, you might walk out 40, you might get 20, 15 sometimes, you might hit 60. When you hit $150 liquor every time, and you hit millions, this man had a $750,000 property that he had appraised for $300-some million. So of course he walked out with hundreds of millions of dollars illegally. Now all that stuff coming right back on him. That real estate business, I've been doing real estate for a long time. I just let these people talk, let them keep going, let them keep doing what they're doing. This stuff don't impress me when I see it. I already know these people fuzzing out. That's what messed Atlanta up. Atlanta got more crooked people in real estate than anybody. Crooked appraisers, they had to come and reset them up. These jokers messed the market up. Everybody flocked down here, got these crooked appraisers, took their money off of them. They were just flipping property, give them back over to people. Everybody keep marking them up, marking them up, marking them up. Last person that to get it realized it's too high. I done messed up my money. I'm going to turn it back to the bank. When the bank get it, the bank send a appraise out. Go and appraise their property. They probably be worth $450,000. They got to look at their property. So that property worth $72,000. Yep. They're like $70. How do we give a loan for $400-something on a property worth $70? The appraisers. Yep. See, Trump done been, it's old been. See, when y'all see all these white folk holler, Trump, make America great. That's how America been great, through theft. America has never been great. This is the problem, people. This is what I can't get with people, white and black people. Okay, people, the dumb nigga. I got dumb niggas in here, but they dumb. Trump did it. Trump is a crook. Okay, he's always been a crook like the rest of them. These guys don't know nothing about these folks. Listen, this is what he does. He gives poor people hope. Okay, he get these little trinket niggas extra $20 on their check, $30, and then niggas be so excited. So you know what? These the folk that rally up here to the Capitol. He know he going to jail. Yep. He's smart on the end of what? He gets people to believe he's for them. Trump is a thief. Okay? This man done made. How did you turn a 750? Even if he doubled it, is wrong. The fact that you took a $750,000 problem and had a appraised for $300-something million. What y'all think he took out the problem? Probably like what, $20,000? Why you think he had a appraised for $300-something million? I got a $750,000 property. I just had a appraised for $300-something million. How much money you think I took? How much? I took 250. You see what I'm saying? Off a $750,000 price. Now when these niggas see me, these dumb white country hillbillies, these dumb niggas, what they holler? Drop a billionaire. Drop, know how to make money. Drop. Anybody can do that. I'm not impressed. Show me your real work or you and your ingenuity. This is just straight theft. But you can't get mad at him, because if you get mad at him now, and you're going to be flat, you got to get mad at the founding father. That's what they did. They came here, they inflated the numbers. Listen, let's go. See, that's why he get them all the time. He done told them all the time. They start taking all them signs out there. Take them down. He said, when it's going to stop? He said, because you're going to have to get George Washington them too. He said, you can't stop with these now. Nobody want to go get George Washington. Let's stop, because they know even niggas look, they're the father of the country, so gotta come. I'm with you, I don't care. That first one to take down. I don't get it. Won't they put up a monument to Obama Hussein? What the boy, the one? No, not Saddam. Yeah, him too. What's the other one? Osama bin Laden. Because he's a hero to somebody. He's a founder of some people. Want people to respect that? Want people to respect that? That's part of history. See, white people pick and choose when they want to defend something. Is that not, September 11 not a part of history? Well, why don't they put a monument of him up there? There are Muslim people here will agree that he was a contributor to their nationality. See, that was it. Nobody want to be fair. Don't nobody want to be fair. Let's be fair now. Let's be all the way fair. I want to see white people sit here, and get you, what's the name? Get you Osama bin Laden University. Let me see white people go to it. You know what they're going to say? I'm not going here. That man killed Americans. Same way I feel about your school. Yours killed niggas. See, the only way to get them to understand is to put it back in their face. Because they have a big problem. What's all this complaining all the time? You know, the people always find something wrong with the country. That's what I'm looking at. You probably find something always wrong, cause something always wrong. Go figure. All you're trying to do is get people, just be fair. Let me tell you what needs to happen, in my opinion. They won't ever do it. Reconstruct a new constitution that allows everybody liberties. Because at that point, you got to look at where America was when America established all that, okay? So it's I guess, I wouldn't even call it subliminal. What's I say? It's too vague. In a sense, it's kind of too vague. See, they didn't write clear enough. And at the time, the people the people that you have now that are crafting these laws are going back saying they weren't really definitive in what they wanted. These are what law people do. They go back and read this, then they go back and read letters that they wrote. They got the letters, go back and read stuff historically, what people who say they knew them wrote, and come back and say, concluding from other letters they wrote, concluding from how the Constitution read, concluding from other people that wrote that say they knew them, I can't 100% say they was against homosexuality. It's not definitive enough. It's not definitive enough when it come down to do stuff to you. See, now we need to create a constitution that's direct, that can't be argued. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because we got too many people walking away. We have criminals walking away because people are arguing it wasn't definitive. It's really argumentative, and that's dangerous. Just like all these religions are. It's dangerous when like the book, it's definitive. Now what they did, they'll say, well, the Bible's that way. The problem you got with the Bible is just like history. That's his story. When you come back to the original writings were plain. He was always about teach them, show them, you know what I'm saying? And then execute mashpat on them, which was judgment. When it comes down to these people, they leave things vague so they can always get out, they can escape. See, when it's too direct, white people can't escape. I already know what the deal is. They'll keep this constitution because and then it came back to bite them. They didn't expect all these sissies and queers to jump out on them right now. Because while they were arguing what these people weren't defending them on, they're able to argue this too. Show me faggot in the Constitution. Show me lesbian. Show it to me. Show me sissy. See, they leave so much room there, come back. A lot of these things gonna come back to bite them. Instead of, let's just go at that point and look at, listen, the basis of the Constitution can work. We just got to come back at that point and put things down, and these got to be the fundamental, and we can't get around it. If a man or woman want to be gay, that's your individual choice. You will not teach that in the school. That's right. You will not teach it in the school. That needs to be flat. That's your individual choice. I can't teach kids in the school how to have sex and hump each other, can I? And I'm heterosexual. Then how do I get to do that and you can teach a kid how to be homosexual? Let's just everybody keep your sexual preference out the school system. You're supposed to be teaching the basic, the English, the writing, the health, the other different things, the history. That's the basic for school. School was never said that we sit here and teach them how to hump each other. Procreation makes sense because this is how the country continues to grow. The country cannot grow from homosexuality. It doesn't matter what your opinion, what you like about it, it's just factual. Take two men, put them together, and say, listen, as soon as y'all have a baby, we're going to let y'all out. They're going to die. We take all of them and leave them somewhere on the island, they're all going to die out. You take straight men, straight women, put them on the island, they're going to populate the island, they're going to run in the water. It ain't hard. Let's do the experiment like you do every other experiment. You take rats and put them in a cage. You take monkeys together. Take them, put them somewhere in a cage. Let's let people see for themselves. When we come back, one of these should be pregnant. They're going to be sick. They're going to break out with sores and they're going to die. And we gave them nothing. Take a man or woman, put them in a cage, leave them there. That woman belly going to fail. And that nigga toe going to spread like this. She knows what she's doing. Say, see it work. Her belly swole, his toe spread. Success. That's all I got to do. Put them in 2 cages. Let's just see. This ain't hard to show the kid which one work. When they watch to see AIDS and monkeypox break out in their cage, we're just leaving them in there by themselves. Don't give them no drugs. Don't give them. Put them in here too and leave them alone. Don't give them no drugs. And let's see if monkeypox and AIDS break out over here. And let's see right here with these two in here what happens. Feed both of them. Same thing. And see for yourself. This is not hard. We can do more than one of these experiences. Show the people. The fact that we even having a discussion. The fact I had to watch people sit around and people are afraid to even say something about it. How do we get to this point? We got a grown man coming here with fake titties that come down to the bed. But see, it shows you the sickness of the mindset of the individual. You ain't even put the proper tits on. What one walk around tit set down here in the nipple? Because his mind is so deranged. The problem would be for me, if I was a principal, they would probably fire me. My whole issue would be on him is just dress code 101. If transsexual, what you want to be, whatever, that's not a problem. I have a problem with you inappropriately dressing. If it was a female teacher I had that was in him, I'd send her home. I'll write her up for the fact that she dressing inappropriately, and this is a learning institution, and you can't learn like that. No more you can come in with a G-string. They're not learning. That's why I get rid of you. I get rid of the fact that the people can't learn. It's a distraction. If I had a student in a class like that, we will write that student up and send them home. I'm not going to let a teacher do it. That's just bottom line. Don't even deal with the homosexual part. Deal with the fact that listen, this is not a good environment. It's not a safe environment. This is not a learning environment. There's no how can you learn to teach a titty sitting down here? It's a distraction. At this point, I'm send you home without pay. He sent me home, come home and said, not at all. I sent him home because he's inappropriately dressed. He come back again, I'm gonna send him again. This is a learning institution. Your sexual preference should have been done at home. Say, do you see me bring my girlfriend, my wife, and him and banging him? You're not doing it in here either. That's right. Okay. No, tell them nobody heterosexual coming in here like that. That's right. All the minute girl, you get here, stop. Where you going? I'm going to class. You go home. We're gonna clock you out for the day. This is a learning. Every one of these teachers need to be put up. Listen, this is screw. This is it. This is a learning institution. Let's keep it a learning. Wherever your sexual preference is, it should not be demonstrated in no school. I never had no teacher get up and tell her, I want to tell you I be banging and I'm struggling here and I'm horny. I be want to bang chicks and never had the conversation for heterosexual. Never put. What heterosexual teacher had this with his student? What heterosexual comes in with a ding donga thing around him, all this stuff. Like, this is me. I'm horny like this. It's not appropriate. It's a learning institution. Whatever your preference is sexual, whatever your habit behavior should be done outside the school. In the subject. I don't know what the principle. Everybody piss poor. Everybody afraid of these people. How did we become afraid? Why am I the one right got to shut up for the one wrong? Why don't the one wrong shut up? That's where we at. That's scary. Hey girl, how you doing, girl? I can't say nothing. You can't say that because that's offensive. You got to get in there right. Do you got to talk that loud? Why you can't? Hey girl, how you doing? Women go, hey girl, I want to bang you out right. We don't do this. What's all the extra noise for? Because you know, it's to get the attention. That's the sick part. You need the attention. That's the part I got. Why are you trying to put other people's attention? Because you know. You listen, they just look for confusion. That's all it is. They're a distraction. The noise, the dress, everything that is overly done to pull attention. They so sick, don't even realize it. No woman does it, no man does it. Everybody else just move on normal. Nobody does all this extra stuff they do. Just them. You know, a man might try to walk, look more muscle, but he's a man. A woman gonna try to walk, she's a woman. You gonna try to do something, that's not you. I don't care how much you do it. I've never seen one perfect it yet. It's impossible to perfect it. It's not you. The voice ain't gonna perfect it. They're gonna keep, that thing gonna cut. So don't worry about it. I tell them, I assure you, that didn't throw me. I would throw it the minute I saw you. I'm not impressed. That's just being honest. And you know what? And it should be that way. If that's your thing, that's what you want to do, that's your business. We'll give you that. Because everybody got to meet Elohim for themselves. I'm not for executing my spot on him. When he come back, let's let the man straighten him out when he get him. What I am against, they can't put it on us and our kids. That's why you got to constantly keep practicing, reiterating your home, because the laws are working more and more to isolate us, to make us quiet while these people continue to do what they do. They try to make them, these are the new specimens everybody got to follow. I never follow. They ain't got a law to make me be a sister. They ain't got a law to make me like a sister and love a sister, pick a sister up and tote them and carry them. Not happening. I hate the behavior. Not going to change. I hate the behavior. I think it's disgusting. Matter of fact, I apologize. I know it's disgusting. That nothing two men can do could be loving. Nothing. That's torture. That booty bobbing, doo-doo, wrong. Two women, bell mouth. Yep. Everybody need to do like that. Come on. Take just your lip and bite it hard as you can. Just your lip. Dig it up. Try to rip the meat. Try to rip it one time. Try to rip it. Rip it. How many people bleed? How many people in pain? That's all two women doing. You all good? You can't do this. You can't rip nothing. Just stop it. Just stop it. That's how. But nobody want to tell everybody. Society gone backwards. And they're not even teaching. And see, the bad part is, the part of why they educate you and trying to draw so many of them to the homosexual teaching, they're trying to take away and get you to go against nature. I was a little boy, we loved little girl. When I was a little boy, I was in school, little girl, they wore plaits and they had the ribbons on their hair, and they wore dresses. I was in elementary. When I was small in elementary, girls didn't wear pants, they wore dresses to school. They all wore them dresses. I don't know who remember that. When I was a little girl, they wore dresses. By the time I got on up third, fourth, stop running, but a little girl had on a dress. Now the pretty, even little girl, they always went, gotta get a little dress. Get her little dress on there. They're trying to get, and they were already training up a little girl. Go get a little ear pierced, all the stuff you did for a girl. Getting her set up, start trying to paint a little nail, get her going, and just grooming her the whole time to be a girl to grow up to her later. Now I don't know what's going on. First thing they do is get her a little nappy afro, get her, go buy her a cucumber and shove it down on her panties and stick it to the side when she put her pants, because she got to get something to hold it. It's going to fall out. When your cucumber fall hit the ground, you done. You going to be on a pickle then. That's it. That's how bad society, and it's unfortunate that, you know, and people would take it as hate teaching versus just people just taking it, what's the truth? It's just sad. I mean, you see women there, it's just sad. I've never seen so many women weaved out. And you can look at lace front, the whole, you saying, you don't think that I think this your hair, do you? I don't think myself, you don't think that I think that. So when I see all this stuff glued across, what you think I'm thinking? Man, that's real. That is some pretty dried up glue. That's scary. Women were big on back then hiding. We wore a wig, you didn't want to look like a wig. You did things to try to, you know what I'm saying? These helpers will go get uneven titties or something. They don't even care. They're like, because at the point they're looking at, the men don't know what they're looking at. The women don't know what a man is. So really society just so backwards. A woman want a gay man, she don't want no real man. A woman take a gay man. She don't want no man put his foot down. Who gonna he'll be controlling that situation and handling things and making that. No, 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 no. This is a equal opportunity world now. The woman has just as much say as the man, and they don't need no man. And you ain't the daddy, which is true because your daddy shouldn't be on you. It's a lot of reasons why ain't your daddy. And it's things like that y'all have to learn, and things have to be done. Again, we got to teach these roles because they're not them. These aren't things that we assumed years ago, you know, these were things that you kind of just knew and you kind of just walked into these roles, but we don't. It's gotten less and less. I know that my wife, little generation, she right there with me after them, and it was more push for getting our women in college and getting them educated and getting them to be successful women. It wasn't growing them and grooming them to be women in general, because that's your first role, to be a woman, not a professional woman. You know what I'm saying? It's being a woman. Just like a man being a professional. Your first role is being a man. And now they started trying to run people to professions, and you master profession, but you missed out on being a man and being a woman. Yeah, we missed that. It ain't that people, it's a lot of people that I had to retrain to teach. It ain't that they don't know how to work, they don't know how to do job skills, have job skills. They don't have skills on being a man or being a woman. We're a lot more smarter book-wise. We're a lot dumber when it comes down to being wives, being husbands, being men, being women, being fathers and being mothers. These are roles that you have to be kind of educated on doing and knowing, and there's a lot of things along the way that had to be done. So when I catch a lot of y'all, I'm catching you at a late period. So I'm trying to backtrack and go back, and I'm fighting old habits. It is, and it's bad because you find habits that you're like, well, I ain't not doing, you know. People always find something wrong. It's just like, I mean, I know what a man's supposed to do, so I'm like, what you do, that's not what you're supposed to do. You know, you got to look at it this way. You got to look long term. Image is everything. Image is everything. I tell my dad, he was embarrassment to me a lot of times on, you know, you get drunk, stuff like that. And it used to really bother me. You know what I'm saying? I was a kid, I wanted somebody to be my dad because he was embarrassing. Just embarrassed. My family sat there and they would let him get drink. And I still harbor some stuff against them for that too. Because they would sat there and they would pour, you want something to drink? Let him drink and he'd get there. And once he sat down, he started sitting there and get drunk. He started moving his mouth. I already know where they're going. He finna find something at that point because he's drunk now. He start moving his mouth, start talking, he just be moving his mouth, he looking. He finna find something. He'd be like, these bastards here got him drunk. But they would do that. Hey, you want something to drink? They do. You'd be surprised. People look like they be your friends or be for you. They're my mama's side. They were bad at that. They brought them you to drink women. They did it. But people would egg him into stuff and knew how he was. And a lot of people don't know why I'm the way I am with them, because I know you some dirty bastards. You know what I'm saying? Kid, people don't realize. That's why I get on y'all about stuff. Kids don't say nothing, but they watch. They didn't realize I was watching them, though. I watched them. I watched them bastards. I knew what they did. They put them on edge on purpose so they had something to talk about. See, to cover up the stuff and the type of people they were, they get him drunk, and they knew they were better than he was. You'd be surprised, man. That's why, believe it or not, I'm real good at picking people. I pick people quick. People try to figure, he be real. I got to pick people quick. I watch people who you thought this was family. And that's what family look like, they family. But a lot of times, them dirty bastards sit around and use you, and they'll mess you over quicker than anybody. Look like they for you. They need something to talk about later. I listen. I know. I be listening. I just watch people. They don't know. I don't forget. I tell people I'm real calculated. I watch you. I watch you. I won't forget what you did. That's just how I am. You got what I'm saying? A lot of y'all, I know a lot of y'all, I watch people. I know people. I know what you are. I know what you're capable of doing. So I know you're very dangerous. I watch you. I watch you suffer. I watch you go down because I know what kind of person you are. It got to come back to you. You got me? Hello? So that's why I'm real big on, I always try to make sure I would never be the person that embarrass my kids. No. One of them sent a picture and claimed they was embarrassed because I wore them blue house shoes. To my, yeah, some folks say, we got a little family thread. Yeah, some folks say they'll never embarrass their kid. What kind of parent will wear this him? That's some dirty nigga. I'm calculating. I watch people. Oh, y'all might wear them flip-flops. home shoes, they're warm, they come, I love them shoes. They just nice little shoes. Just wear one. That joker that took a picture, click, click. Some folks say they want to bury their kid. What they think they doing? I look, I said, oh, this a dirty nigga here, boy. Then I watch them smiling faces. I said, these the folk here to watch. Ain't it right, Brett? And folk that bust out laughing on the time. See that? Yeah. Y'all know who people is, don't they? You know, think of how you feel. You go here, you know how you feel about your family, what you do. And you look at this stuff, it's a whole thread rolling back. You're like, wow. They come and they act like they with me too. Yeah. But at the end of the day, though, honestly, that's why I'll tell y'all about certain stuff and things you want to do. Kids don't forget. People will think that, no, kids don't forget. Things come back up. Things they don't like, things they feel like that hurt them, scar them, it'll stay there. What you don't want to do is give a child an excuse not to excel. I took the things I hated, the things I didn't like, and I used that to motivate me to do something. I never used that for an excuse to fail. I never used that for no excuse to get and start crying what I couldn't do, what I didn't see, what I saw, and things happen. I'll never be the same. No, at some point you build from that's life. That's it. Nobody gets to pick their life. When you grow up as a child, you grow up in a situation. All of us have situations, whether good or bad. All of it ain't all bad. You learn to feed and you learn from it, and you learn what you don't do and what you learn from. Our parents did the same thing, but a lot of us, we only get better in our decision making when we old about to die. After we through all our rearing and growing up, most of us raise kids off of our mistakes that we never realized. You know, that were mistakes our parents made, and you just keep, it becomes repetitive. You know what I'm saying? Until somebody says something about it, start the sparkers start looking at doing things different. That's all we can do things different. It's things in my life. I can't go back and erase my whole life. When I go back and start erasing, I'm going to erase me. That's like everybody got stuff they want to erase out their life. Well, I do too. But then you're going to get the eraser, and it's going to be just like Donald Trump. How you going to leave the other stuff unerased? After a while, to be honest, right, to get where you really need to be, how many of y'all would like to have grown up perfect? The only way they've done that is to erase everything you. I got to erase you. There's no way to be perfect and be you. Now you take you, the imperfect person, with this information, and now you start to build Talmud. But you can't go back and change your life. And go, much as we, if it was a time machine, if it was a crystal ball, if it was a pill I could take, if I could have been born over again, you'd have messed up. You'd have messed up everything. You'd have known too much. I'd have seen you too. I said, I don't know that I ain't saved yet, but you know what? You know too much. I told nigga, you ain't nothing. Just like you won the first time. Now how I'm gonna know that? How I'm gonna do that? See that? But at the end of the day, it take all that to build you to make you. So, hate your past on certain things, dislike things that happen in your life, then you start to build better. What do you want to see different about you? What would you have liked to see that you didn't see? What would you have liked to accomplish that wasn't accomplished before? Then start to work toward accomplishing something else. But I wouldn't just make it no excuse to do nothing. Like some of y'all guys do, you use that that's going to be your downfall for the rest of your life. People that hear your excuse and hear your sob story one time, maybe twice. But eventually people just cut you off and leave you alone. Because nobody want to get drugged down in your misery. Just being honest, nobody want to get drugged down in your junk. People get through that. I try to help out, she crying in there. I'd be like, you ain't start yet? All right, got to move on. I ain't got time. I'm just being honest. That's life. You'll let this thing consume you and you'll miss it. What's so precious about this? The fact that you don't know when. It got some day that'll come. You know what? It'll be your best day. You got some day come, you're like, oh, man, I feel like I'm dead. I just feel like everything going wrong. When you come out of it and you make it, you just realize life got that balance. It don't stay the same, so you learn to appreciate moments and times. Stuff that you don't. Time teach you that. Time teach you that. When you feel good, you're like, man, I feel good today. And the reason why you feel good today, it been them piss poor days. It been them terrible days when you ain't want to got to bed. And you get them days, you realize, man, I'm grateful. Life all right. It can be a day good enough to realize, really, even your bad day really wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? It ain't cause a whole, but it just, the day is okay. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. And it's been because it's been a lot of days that weren't. But see, you can get caught up in the misery of a day, the misery of a week, or misery of a month, and you can let that just consume you out to say, man, I'm just ready to die. And you wait just a little while long, you know what? Die for what? Man, I'm living. I'm just, that's like, so you learn to move through this thing and just take your time. And you know what taught me this now? Time. Man, you get some days, man, you get some aches and pains, you say, man, I don't never remember being sick. Now, nigga, you know good and well you been sick. That's some days, how many of y'all like, when you were 20? Do you remember when you were sick when you were 20? You remember you hurt? But surely it had to be. But all the time comes and make you believe, man, goodness, I move slow and think about what I used to do, can't do. I remember when I could, yeah, but you know, it was some time you had some shortage. As time comes, then you get some days you feel pretty good. Life got that balance about it. I don't know, it gets you one of the things. For me, I tell you what puts me at. It makes me appreciate him more. Because I understand how much I wasn't in control of things, how much I'm still not in control of things, and I'm appreciative to what he allows me to be able to do. I just never seen it. And had my life gone another way, I wouldn't be thinking about it. I be honest with you, I had time in my life, I got up, I ain't pray. I didn't pray, I got up, I had to go. I just went. Anybody live a life like that? Man, I had time, I ain't pray. I mean, I didn't. It wasn't because I, quote unquote, I guess you said I was still thinking about it. I just didn't pray. This thing now, man, you think about, man, I can lay down here and close my eyes, man, and I get back up. I need to talk. I get up and you got up and say, ooh, it been people, you think about how many people have gone to sleep with a memory and woke up the next morning and didn't even know who they was. People said, it was a gradual. Yeah, but the gradual stopped and excessive jumped in. You know what I'm saying? It be some people like, man, it seems like I'm kind of starting to forget some things. You know, every now and then I'm forgetting it. They go from every now and then, now I forget all the time. So, man, I'm going to tell y'all something. This for everybody here. Boy, you better appreciate that man when he let you get. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to appreciate it when you're going out. You know what I'm saying? You want to appreciate it while you're still out. He said, so call him, when was it again? For what happened? I'd be a fool to think they ain't coming. He said, man, listen, man, for me, that's bad. There ain't no good thing, man, my steps get shorter. There ain't no good thing come my memory getting less. Man, that's scary. That's evil. He said, so you need to remember him. He said, you need to call me now. While you can still open your mouth and say it. He said, they'll come, it be shut. You came on and say, everybody say amen. Everybody say amen. Boy, they say that, man, look at him, man. If you love him, say amen. And you said that, boy, you can't open your mouth. If you want to be with him, say amen. Can't open your mouth. Man, everything in the hands of that man right here. I appreciate him. I appreciate him. I want to get the more of understanding him, how he operates, how he does things, and I want to learn how to accept his will. That's where I'm at right now. I want to learn how to accept his will. I fought the man a long time. I fought the man, and I didn't win either. I fought the man a long time. It's bad the man put a hand on me, and man come and say, you know how I know I ain't win? Because I see how I'm leaving him. I fought that man a long time, and the man won. He won. I had to tell you why I'm living. He won. Some folks lie about the fight. We tired. You remember when you little kid? We tired. Somebody else will what happened. We're going to say we little kid. We're going to say we tired. Y'all remember that? You kid. I can't lie. He won. He won. He got the last laugh. So now I sat back now to come back. I got to confess it. And that man put you in a situation and bring you back around and set you down, just let you to consider. The whole time I've been here, I look at these folk, man. I say, these folk going out here, these people don't know that, man. These folk have no idea how dangerous life is, man. It's scary, man. I stay in my house. They know what I know. I tell you, folk, don't leave your house. They want to say, ain't God good? I see people have no idea. The people have no idea what they're saying, what they're doing. I love him. He keep on blessing me. I said, they have no idea. If people just going, people honest, you can still be wrong. That's still wrong. You still wrong. That's just being honest. You go and steal, you hungry. You right? You still wrong. Isn't that right? You be doing some thing that be right in your own eye. You still wrong. And now that man calling up back, he gonna bring everybody back to one language. And at one set, that's how we had the first time. He said, you gonna have one set of laws for you and whether any go in among you. We ain't never had it well we all dwell together, but everybody got their own mind now. No, he said, no. He said, y'all got one law. He told them, it's gonna be one mountain law for you and whether everybody dwells, you're gonna keep the same thing. Everybody. Ain't never been the way we see it, he never intended the way. And this had overpopulated and overtook us because we didn't hold a standard. Our forefathers never wanted to be so much like him. We pushed our kid to be so much like white America. Now we done got it. Your kids just like white America. They don't respect you. They'll fight you. They hate you. They want to kill you, and they wait on you to die to get your stuff. That was white folks stuff. White kids be sitting around when somebody die to get their stuff. Them black folks didn't think like that. That wasn't our stuck up. One reason why I went out, because our parents ain't had nothing. They're not down on nigga. We need you to pay these bills. Isn't that right? White folks be sitting around when their parents die. They be like, man, you be in the grave. Man, they be like Ananias and Sapphira. Soon as they hit the ground, they walk them jokers straight to the grave. If it taking too long, knock them in the head. And then they watching TV. They walk behind their mom and dad with that shotgun and blow them away right there watching TV. Claim somebody that killed and went and lived a lifestyle. Parents had plenty of money, but they messed that money up. I tell you, that's just sad, man. It's just sad. That's the kind of world we live in now. But it's because we got to go back. We got to tell our kid. My boy, I always told him I love him. Didn't I tell y'all that? Nigga, didn't I tell y'all I love y'all? They act like they crazy. They know good well I love them. But anyway, we got to tell them we love them and treat them with love. And so they'll know it. Because the kids now, you got to be able to give them, especially from the men. They need that from us. Giving it to them at boy, so they don't confuse them when a homosexual man come to them. I'm just telling you, man didn't. No, my dad, no, he ain't never tell me love me. I know he did, he just didn't know how to say. I don't know. Was your dad that type? I'm telling my dad ain't say no stuff. My dad ain't know. I tell my dad, he said, yeah. Did your dad used to tell you he love you?
About what?
No, I said that. No, he said about what? No, I'm just saying, he was that type. We'll say, dang, I love you. Love you. My dad was like that. But it was like one of them things, nigga, you ain't crazy, I'll kill you. So you love me. Yeah, because I ain't crazy, you'll kill me. Is your dad the type he say, I love you, Leon? They call you big man, didn't it, man? Man. He'd say, I love you, man. And then maybe I was a little baby, they didn't know no better. What about you? Did your daddy tell you? He said, Dad, to call him, you little president of America. I said, what? Why did you call me bastard? No. But no, that's a good thing. So I'm sure it is, though. It ain't just a black thing. I'm sure it's in other cultures. Because for us, that's not something, you don't do something that you really ain't seen. Or somebody, kind of teach you how to do. I don't know, but what about you?
I never remember one time.
No, but I mean, I ain't gonna, let me say that now. My dad did not abuse me. He molested me or take that from me. I know he did love me. He just didn't verbally communicate that. He wasn't the affectionate, hug type like that. But I know he did. So, I mean, that's just, I guess folks, their answer was, you him. You got a roof over your head, ain't it? Like I asked my wife, asked me, you here, ain't you? You here, ain't you, nigga? Ain't that right? I tell her, nigga, you here, ain't you? That's how you gotta let them know. But she she can't act like that. But unfortunately, that's been part of our problem with us as being men and us being expressive in that manner with our women because we didn't see it. It wasn't done to us, and it was like I said, I never grew up. Oh, my dad didn't. I didn't even realize he did. So it wasn't the thing I grew up like I was walking around. You never told me. I ain't thinking nothing about it. It just didn't, and so you ain't asking. And that's how it was. And the answer got slapped probably. Nigga, what's wrong with you asking me no stuff like that? And they be like, that is kind of stupid, but what's the answer? They don't get hit. I don't know, Booker, did your dad ever tell you that? He didn't. We found one in the woods. Nah. Oh, his stepdad. Oh yeah. I know he look. I ain't got to pay all them years. Yeah. When he became your stepdad? How old were you when he became your stepdad? Oh, before you were born. Oh, that's good though. That's all right. He looked that. If they ever pull something, ain't got to really pay. I love you. No. But that's good though. That's good. That make a difference. What about you, Karen?
My dad.
No, Dan, your daddy. If I'm talking about you, who dad we talking about, Karen? That man said, mother, yeah, your dad. He would tell you that. Was you crazy back then?
I don't know, kid.
But Karen, you don't remember if you was crazy when you was a little boy?
I don't know if I was crazy.
I know. Don't put on no everybody. We talking about you, Karen. You know you were. How many of y'all knew Karen was crazy?
If I was crazy, I
Karen gonna tell us, oh, you would have known if you were crazy.
I said, if I was crazy, I don't know if I was
Don't
crazy.
be. We not talking about no. Don't do like Jaheed throwing on nobody else. Was you crazy?
Yes.
Thank you, Karen. What about you, Dwayne? Did your dad used to tell you he loved you? What about you?
I wasn't raised with mine.
Okay.
But when I did live with him,
Yeah.
he never told me. I don't remember.
So, you know, Chris said no. Mike, did your dad tell you you're gonna be fat? Did he ever tell you that? He should have. I seen it coming. What about the rest of y'all over there? Any of y'all? He used to tell you that? He just started. Yeah. It probably as he gotten older, he realized it. What about you, Dad? Did your dad ever tell you, he used to tell you he loved you? It was before he passed, though. Yeah, see. Ivan? No. Danny? He used to tell you that? He said, Daddy, son of suffering, I love you, son of suffering. Son of suffering, I love you. What about you? No. Every now and then. Well, I mean, that's something. Anytime. Ronald? You need to grow? Oh, you ain't growing, no. What about you, Rod? That's two. Dwight? See? Jaheed? So for the average of us, and I just ask through people, but just show you for the average of us. What about you, Malcolm? Because then your dad been they just didn't they ain't talk like that back we come. They just I don't know, maybe I guess they just dealt with so much stuff. I think for my dad, I think his was to me, I think he was more of I felt like to me he was a person that fought the world. He felt like it was him against the world. With his mom dying early, putting a bunch of responsibility on him as a small kid, he was left to raise his baby daughter, his baby sister. And he was telling me, you know, they go outside and play, I try to go outside, she started crying. My daddy made me stand there with her because she'll ask for me. He's like, to get the towel, shove it in her mouth, shut up. I want to go outside and play. So he got put with so much responsibility. Then his dad died, probably about 8 more years or so after that. So it was just pretty much just, he was out. His younger brother and sister were raised by his uncles. His older brother then went to the army. They all took off. 2 other brothers before him, he was the third. So it was just him. And he grew up to just be a man where he was ready to fight everybody and everything. If it wasn't right, he didn't give a damn because it was him against the world. You know, and that was something I had to learn about him. You realize about people. And it's bad that people don't learn from things in life. And the way you learn is just keep attacking and fighting everything. You realize you can't beat the whole world. You might feel like it in your youth and feel like you're getting somewhere, but all you look at, you know, years down the road is the hurt you'll cause everybody else from your hurt. So that's why, you know, I'm a proponent for discussing things and saying about different things to keep us, because as a man, we harbor a lot of hurt and anger. The so-called we harbor hurt and anger, and our hurt and anger will make us make some real stupid decisions sometimes. It don't let us make the best decision. It doesn't make us good communicators. It doesn't allow us, you know, to be considerate about certain things. We just look at it, man, listen, this is just how it is. This me, I ain't changing. How many of y'all had that attitude of knowing people like that? That's me, you don't like it, then that's your problem. And you don't realize after a while, when enough people don't like you, our problem is going to be a problem for you. Because you need somebody in life. I tell people all the time, I told my wife, I tell my son, my boys tell all the time, I tell them something, and I said, don't ever need nobody. No, I said, they'll say, you know what Dad gonna say? Don't ever need nobody. They'll always teach me that. I said, help folks. I said, don't ever need nothing now. I said, life got a way of coming back around. Let me say that, I don't tell them that because they have a problem helping people. I just always reiterate it to them, let them know, don't never need nobody. When you make decision, I don't give a blank about it, I ain't gonna help nobody, cause life got a way of doing it right here. It coming back around. If you ain't nothing you listen, full circle every time. If it ain't happening to you, you ain't lived long enough yet. You ain't lived long enough to realize you live on a cul-de-sac. We'd call it a Kroger-sac. Same thing. Man, on the folks, they put that word cold. I'm like, oh, what? That's a Kroger-sac. That's what we call it, a Kroger-sac. Man, I don't know that thing. When I grew up, we ain't have it. Listen, it was at a dead end, or we going straight through. All that stupid stuff, these cul-de-sac, man, out the way. That was a waste of time. But I got to spin around a circle to get to my house, I'm going to move. Because I'm going to get dizzy. I don't want to drive around no circle to get to my house. It's irritating. I do straight line, turn right, go left, go, ride around the aisle. I got one in my name. I don't blow that thing up so bad I don't know what to do. It's just in the way. It don't serve no purpose. It's in the way. It don't slow. I need to go faster. I need to get some kind of something on the side of my tire that just bust up the concrete and tap the grass. I'll make them get rid of it. It's just irritating, this stuff they put. But anyway, I guess I'm just an angry man. No, but these are the things we need to try to look at. How do we build ourselves to be better people? You know, from our past, using our past. Let's not forget, like people say, I try to forget my past. That's dangerous. You want to remember your past, you remember mistakes. Remember things you don't like to make sure you never inflict them on other people. Y'all got it? When you forget, you'll become the victimizer. Things I hated about my father growing up were things I became and I wound up doing. I hated his drinking, and I wound up being a heavy drinker. I was never drunk because they could never catch me to fall asleep and put a trash can on my head. They could never pee in a bucket and pour it on me and try to tell me it was water. It happened to other people. I was a controlled drinker. I could drive and never had a DUI. Never wrecked while I was drinking. I had it together, except for one time when I went around the back of this Chinese building. If y'all don't tell, it shouldn't go no further in this room. When I kept drinking, I went around the back of the Chinese, I hit that thing one time, it went. Man, Cadillac picked that thing. That thing picked up. I hit that Chinese man car. That thing wouldn't get that. I did the most honest nigga thing that I looked around. I looked that way. I put that thing in the camera and came up out there. And that man car stayed right in that gate. No harm, no foul. Wasn't nobody in that car and they ain't get caught to this day. They can't ask me about it. One of y'all niggas. So that one I had, but I was safe. Nobody was hurt. We got out. We were still good, kept drinking, kept moving. But other than that, I had a perfect driving record. Everybody all right? Oh, let me just say, all y'all niggas perfect? No. Ain't none of y'all here made no mistake. He ain't here without sin, throw the first stone. I just don't want a nigga hit me in my face. You don't want a nigga hit you in the face, you know what I'm saying? Y'all all right? Still know how to draw? Want how to draw better? Who in here want to learn how to draw? I'm talking about real good. I'm talking about good enough where your stuff can be in a museum. All right, I can work with y'all. Y'all honest. How many of y'all don't want to learn how to draw? Y'all ain't honest. So I can't work with y'all anyway. I could draw anybody in this room. Who in here want a portrait of themselves? What kind you want? I'm talking about, do you want the contour? If I look at it, it's better. I showed you how to do contour. Who want me to draw? Y'all want to learn how to draw somebody, anybody in the room? And look at them. I did Mike before. The better part gonna mess me up. That's why I get hung up at. I ain't really do many betters when I was in school. We were doing it. I'm just gonna pick somebody. This won't take long. I'm going. I'm gonna leave Mike picture up down. Just somebody erase yours, cause that's a portrait for life. I'm gonna need the subject to come and sit right here. I'm gonna need them to come. And I want them to come here and sit. I just want them to sit like this.
Draw Dwayne.
Dwayne can't do that because the foot got to touch the ground and the other got to come. I need somebody to sit here. I need the other foot. And he's sitting here, he gonna be like that. He gonna be too high. So I'm gonna need somebody a foot can touch the ground and and foot up here, and I'm gonna draw a lifestyle picture of you, and I'm gonna take that on. I'm teaching how to do it. No, it's gonna be like lifestyle. I can't draw. Hold on, stop. I can't. I don't have a white marker. I can't draw him. Because the only way y'all gonna see Jesse is in the middle of the picture. Because so I need somebody with skin about this color. Come on, Black. You too short. I guess somebody else. Let me get an adult. Come on, Hotchkiss. Don't tell them. Come on. Yeah, let's sit right down. I'm gonna draw that picture. It won't take long now. There you go. You got to face kind of that way. That's good though, like that. Yeah, kind of like that way. Tilt just a little bit. Hold on, just a You got to kind of sit back a little more. Be comfortable though. But I'm gonna sit back a little more right there. So that's the first thing with art people don't know. Be comfortable and be more relaxed like that. Got an earphone. Got to make sure you sit there. That's it. How you want to be. Got to posture. Make sure everything out there. You want to put a leg cross one. Which one you want to cross that way? That's the wrong leg. You want to do the other leg. Cause see, Peter, when you drawing, all that's important. See, first thing y'all niggas do, you just start drawing, then you find out where your mistakes at. You fix your subject first. That's the first thing. What's the first thing y'all do? Okay, first you gotta find somebody. Then you gotta fix them. See that? I want to see where y'all was at. So now we got them set up, we straight, and we're gonna go ahead and draw. Let me see, get them. That's just it. That's it. Yeah, that's it now. I ain't got to do that. That's it right now. Hold on, come back one more time. Just make sure when this game, God, that's it now. That's it. I'm done. You ready? Mm-hmm. You moving, you moving. All right. Oh yeah, that's coming. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, that's coming down. Oh yeah, I see that down. That's it down. That's it. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, that's it down. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's it down. Mac, what you doing? What's that? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right, that's it. Let's go. Now you step right upside there and see for yourself. Don't take that long. No, step right there. Don't take that long. All right, we're going to give it, turn it around. Come on, Pastor. I need everybody to close the eye. I need hold, drum roll, drum roll. Don't look, just drum roll. We're going to peel up, we're going to turn around this way. Be careful, because I don't want to break. I need everybody to close your eyes. Close your eyes. Bam! See, I got the leg crossed. The foot. Detail. Hold on. See, People, I go to school for this. See the glasses up here? We got to come right and hook around the ear. See, where folk mess up at, what happened, I was finna do the eye, he moved. I told y'all heard it, I said stop moving. But besides the eye missing, everything else dead on. Y'all give me a hand clap. He got to be with him. Hey, I'm like Greek Josh said, I can't do this on my own. Somebody had to teach me this. So Jay, remember, y'all ready? And I still got Fat Mike over there. Let's turn back around, Pastor. Give me another hand clap for this heart. Hey, my pastor. Slide back just a tad there, Pastor. Come on back. Back. Yeah, back. Yeah, slide your back a little bit more. There we go. There you go. So I'm trying to teach my pastor back and forward. There we go. That's all right. So these are skills that you can take and you can use in life. So any of y'all kids want to learn how to do this? Any of y'all kids want to be saved and have a whole bunch of money? Okay. First thing to do, break that piggy bank and come see me tomorrow, because you got to start somewhere. We'll start from the ground level. Work it. You want to be rich? You want to have a lot of money? You want to be famous? Then you want to get in this class, okay? So y'all make sure y'all get with me and get your money. How many of y'all kids try to have y'all money tomorrow? How much money y'all supposed to have? I like them numbers. I like that. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Ooh, y'all some good kids. Y'all so special. Oh, wonderful kids. I love these kids. And don't forget, you can always borrow the money from your parents. Now make sure you don't get a no. Wait till they sleep and ask them. That way you don't have to hear the no. Isn't that right? You ain't sounding Kato wrong. Y'all people are strange. Thank you also, Kashi, for your wonderful service. I couldn't do it by myself. Appreciate it. Y'all gotta get Romans 15:3. If any of y'all want to, I can take that and draw that off the page. Well, it's gonna come out that way a little bit. Which part? That's on y'all. Appreciate it. Anybody need me to now, I can take that off the board and put it on the canvas for you. Because you want to purchase and hang it up and have a piece of art. Because a lot of people, what happens most black people, we don't have no artwork in our house. Not no custom pictures ourselves. How many of y'all got like family portraits in your house and your family? Okay, throw them away. I'm going to draw them. Bring them and let me see them. I'm going to draw you and your whole family. That way it'd be a special, something you always be able to have and commemorate. How many of y'all want to have something special you can keep the rest of your life? How many of y'all trying to go into Shaman? So bring them pictures out your house, and I'm going to draw them over for you, and that way you can have these and take them, and it'd be like a memento. You can have something around there special of yourself. Y'all seen people have cartoon drawings of themselves? I can do that. But I'm going to call my real. Leona, you know how to draw too, don't you? She know what I feel. She know what I'm saying. Could you see how, but see, they don't know it's the look. It's a look. You got to know. See, I will watch a detail. Like I said, we do that. We look at detail and picking stuff up, and most people miss stuff like that. Y'all didn't say I did the headphone. See, they didn't see the headphone. How many of y'all didn't know had no headphones on? See, that's the art eye. The art eye lets you see that. Y'all just got regular eyes. Then you got Betty Davis eyes. I got art eyes. Okay? Let's see. This is Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. Listen.
For whatever Nikata before.
So for what things soever were written
Before Nikata for our Razaman.
They were written to teach us, to show us, and to instruct us.
that we through endurance
That going through without quitting
and Nakum of the Ketubim
of the writings,
might have tikva.
comfort of the writings might have hope. Might have, okay, Romans. We'll look at Romans. I think I called this last time Romans. And the reason why, because we want to look at, again, we dealing with who? Ish. That's what one deal. What we call it, 5 and 6 before? I don't even think we got to use it, did we? Let's look at it. Let's see. See when they get to use it. Let's deal with Ish. What did we say Ish mean? Survive. And well, violent? Fire? No, that's a different Ish. That Ish is, somebody hollered that out the door. That was wrong out there and it's wrong in here too. Just for the record, was wrong out there and wrong. Both of them are spelled similar, but how they get us, remember, it's the Naku vowel point. When you look at how they spell Ish with the Aleph, which is still with the Aleph, but when you're doing it, when you're saying man, they're saying that the Ish is an I type. That the Aleph is an I type, which is what? Karik. Karik is the I type. So now, when you're dealing with Ish as a fire, they're saying that it's more Sari, which is an E type, as with the E-I in 8. Y'all got it? See, these are all of the different trickery that they use. And then the cool vowel point is what they'll tell you is our system, which makes no sense because we didn't have an A-E-I-O-U. Those are vowels. It makes no sense that we have vowels. That's not our speech. That's not our language, okay? But what happened is when other people get your stuff, they'll put it under their discipline. Just like all the laws we have now. We were a people that were in existence before we ever met white America, okay? Which means we had rituals, rites, religions. So once white people got us, they just took it and said, oh, your Elohim is like God. So they just changed your discipline. They changed it and they just started shift it and put you up under something different. And try to look at, you're still under the same rites and rituals you had before. This is just how we say it. And in doing that, you were seduced. Because it's not the same thing. The culture is different. The way everything is done is totally different. They took some things from you like thou shalt not kill, and they had no understanding about that. The book never told you thou shalt not kill anybody. It told you thou shalt not kill because those were things I was not supposed to do to my ark. It was never, that makes no sense. See, it makes no sense to give you to a law because these people don't even believe the same thing. There was never a reason for me to kill my ark. See, the problem we got with them, they're trying to make me use the discipline Elohim gave me on them. It doesn't work. You couldn't be my brother. He said, how can two walk together? So you couldn't possibly be my ark. Which gets you out from, gives me the liberty to where killing you is not an offense. If I was to kill one of my ark or one of my coup, this becomes kata. It makes no sense. He sent them in to murder people. So how could they have a law saying thou shalt not kill if it went for everybody? But see, when they took you, they used it in fact, and they made a fool. Now, when they kill you, guess what you tell them? Man, he going against the Bible. He didn't. First of all, it wasn't his law. See, he beat you every time, but when it came to him, don't the Bible say something about you killing? Thou shalt not kill. And then you submit, you gave in and you quit because you felt convicted. And you shouldn't have felt convicted because that wasn't your law. Not to him. When I'm saying not to any other Goyim, first it makes no sense to teach me about other people till I learn how to do it first with each other. First, my law taught me who I could hate. Right? I could never hate you. It told me when you did things to me, I was supposed to forgive you. Because that made sense. Let me see. When I do stuff against Yahuah, he's supposed to hold it against me and never forgive me? He was going to forgive me when I repent. So guess what I was going to do to my ark when they repent? Think about it. I was made in his image and his likeness. So why would I do the same thing he would do? He would never kill me as being one of his, but once I transgress and went against, then you're in the same category with the other, so you left me to where I can destroy you now. But don't the law say something? Not towards you. You see what I'm saying? That's how they beat you out every time. Because you didn't understand your law, so why would I tell it to you? Right? Let's see what it said. 5 and 6, listen.
For when we were yet without strength,
When we were yet weak, which would be the same thing, without strength, what happened?
in due time, Mashiach moved for the Rosh.
See that? That's what he had. Right, now, so we would kind of, I guess, what will we use to kind of get an idea about, I guess I would kind of look at recall when she was giving birth to Benjamin, which is the son of my days. She wound up moving. She died in the midst of him being born. Because you got to figure, when a woman is having a baby, she's basically fighting it. It's basically a fight. The child is trying to survive. She's trying to get out of the pain. They tell her to push, and pushing is more complicated because it's like it's really hurting, but they're like trying to let's get through it. So in her mood, that kind of took away the struggle or the fight of the child trying to be born and her body fighting to resist. These women had a baby. Am I agreeing with that? They tell you, does it make sense? They tell you to put the push and make you feel better when you're having a baby. It's like, no. So now, with them not doing it and not helping assisting, the baby needs that in order for it to be born. So because it needs that strength, it needs that push. So now we look at him and him dying, and we look at what she did. And her moot, she wound up giving life. Y'all got it? It was a hard, she was on a hard press. It was a hard press for her. So her giving up her life actually gave life to him. Because in the pain and suffering she was in it down. A person dying is trying to do what? Well, let's get. Do what? And what is the baby trying to do? You know who wins? The stronger. The stronger wins. Okay? So we kind of look at, you know, in her mood what she did. Because now he's telling me that for why did Mashiach, when as yet we were weak, according to the time, died for the Rosha. They're going to call ungodly for the Rosha. So we look at him, reads a little different this. For when we were yet without strength, in due time, the Mashiach moved for the Rosha. Okay, let's see what happened. 7.
For scarcely for a Sadiq Ish will one move.
Yes.
Yet, peradventure, for a Tub Ish, some would even dare to move.
So you're looking at somebody that's a dog. People, you're going to find somebody going to say, take my life for them. But when you talking about somebody who's just tube, now he's telling us this because now you know what state you in. And you know, now when you look at the person and understand a Rosha person, which is a person that's completely wrong, yet he's telling you that for a person that's Sadat, just, he said, rarely you'll find somebody who will want to say, let me die over them. He said, and you can only imagine for somebody say, oh, you know, he good, he a good fella. Nobody trying to die for no good fella. He said, now, consider what state you was in when he moved. You can't get people to die for a Sadiq person, let alone for a decent person, and never for a person that was riding to the core like us. So it would give us something to consider that nobody would do what he did. Hold what you got. See if that's the 15th chapter of the book of Yahuah, 15:22. Let's see if it's 15 and 22. Yahuah, for those listening, you would call it John. But it's Yahuah, Yahuah, Hanan. Remember we talked about the double H? To get you to enunciate it correct. Yahuah, Hanan. Yahuah. You know, double H? All that's important because he told you except to give a distinctive sound. See, English discipline messes up a lot of words. It really does. I know people but in English, yeah, but it might be in English, but the word is not an English word. That's the problem. They'll take everything and make it English, but it's not English. That's the problem. That's the problem. Like negro. It's not negro. It's negro. But when English get it, what they do with it? And now you're going to call yourself right. And of course it's right in your own eyes. But the word didn't come from you. It's a Latin word. It's a Spanish word. Y'all got it? And this is what hurts us because we'll feel like we're correct English makes you feel like everybody that don't speak English is dumb. America that dumb. If you hear somebody, you say, oh, they dumb. They don't speak English. They can't spell. They can't even read. Because, yeah, let them show you their language. You can't read it either. You know what you say? That's stupid. What you going to say? That's stupid. It's stupid anyway. Isn't that right? That's what you say to other people's stuff. Because they give you that mentality that they're greater than everybody else, and everybody else is more, less inferior. All right, more inferior, rather. I mean less, more inferior. All right, so listen what he said. If
I had not come
and did what?
spoken unto them,
Tell what happened.
they had not had kata.
That's what he said. What happened?
But now they have no cloak for their kata.
So you see what happened? So now this is something that's important for us because this is the same reason why he sent down Mushah to us. You know what he never told us about when he brought us out Mizraim? That we were committing kata. Mushah never could have told us that. Because nobody had never told us. Nobody had never told us. He never did. When he brought us out, and once he gave us the Torah at the heart of Sinai, that's when we found out that we didn't have a cloak. There was no way to bring us up. What was you going to charge us with? You couldn't. Nobody never told us. Nobody never told us, so what was you going to charge us with? Hello? You see? So what he's telling you makes sense. It was important for Mushah to go down and let us know. Y'all got it? Listen.
He that hateth me
Does what?
is my Abba also.
What happened?
If I had not done among them the
The
works
what? That what happened?
which none other Ish did,
You said somebody would scarcely die for a Sadiq man, pre-adventure for somebody that was okay. But yet when we were Rosha, the Mashiach died for us. He wants to realize the magnitude of the state we was in. People don't die for people. That's your own death. Especially for you, in the state we were in. People definitely don't. How many people they found on death row, somebody running and say, don't kill them, kill me for them. I'm like, man, hurry and pull that trigger. Whatever you need to do, go ahead and insert that needle and kick that switch on. And look at it, they deserve it. And guess what we looked at? We deserved it, yet he moved for us. Y'all got it? That more or less festers more of the heart we have for him. It causes it to grow more. The fact that we look at what was done for us, it ain't like people think anybody could have done it. Nobody could have done it. That's what he said. If I had not done among them the works that a couple of more other guys did, nobody else had done it. He said they would not have had kata. But now they have both, Chris,
seen
and
hated both me and my Abba.
he explained to you why. Why wouldn't it? I couldn't do it, so I hate you for being able to do it. People
That's
do it.
right.
I got people here like that now. They'll hate me now for stuff I do. They can't do it, they'll hate me for it. First, appreciate the fact, because it benefit everybody. It benefit us all, but unfortunately, that's just the mindset of people. And they ain't look at what he did was a benefit, because it was for us. Y'all got it? It's bad to hate something that's for you. Let's see what he told her. 25.
But this cometh to pass, that the debar might be fulfilled, that is Katab, in their Torah.
Like what?
They hated me without a cause.
That's it. What's 26?
But when the Comforter is come, whom I will send unto you from the Abba, even the Ruach of Amat,
What happened?
which proceedeth from the Abba,
What happened?
he shall testify of me.
Okay. Let's go back to what we read. 5, and where we left off, 7, 8, where we left off at?
Yeah.
It's needful. Put us to sit back and think. Consider. Let's see what happened. Listen. Where we left off, 5 and 8? Romans.
Yes, sir, we had just read 7.
What verse? Verse 7.
We had read 7, though.
Oh, we read 7, 8.
Yes, sir.
Listen.
But Elohim amar his ahab toward us, in that while we were yet Kataim, Mashiach moved for us.
Okay. According to the time. Listen.
Much more then, being now Sadak by his dom, we shall be Yasha from wrath through him.
So let's see. Mashiach died for us much more, therefore, being now justified by his dom, shall we be saved from wrath through him. What we gonna use? Hands, 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 hands. I got one over here. I got John. We'll call him St. John. We got St. John over here. Uh-oh, I got a hump out in the hall. I got a Papa Son, I got a Bishop. Now, John beat y'all to the point. Who we going with? We're going to call you First John. All right, First John. We won't mix him up Saint with them other people. So who we going with? We're going with First John? Y'all, how many of y'all agree we're going with First John? All right, let's see. What we got, John? Y'all heard what he said he would use? He said he would use Pasak when they was in Misraim, that when they put the blood on the doorpost. Anybody else got something? I got Kerry. You were gonna say that? I got Boss. There were 10. I had Bishop back there too now. Y'all didn't get the Bishop. I called the man name. Y'all hear a second? That's apostle. Don't you ever disrespect him like that again. Yeah, what happened to you? Yeah, you did raise your hand, Joker. You so high you don't even remember. High on that cocaine. Geek monster. Nah, it wasn't you. Who I got? All right, Tim. We got way out there right there. We talking about cutting the pickle now? He said he talking the circumcision when he threw it down at their feet. That's what you looking at? He said no. Kerry said, yeah, that's it. I said, what you looking at? He said, no. What you?
I was saying yes to the story.
Did anybody hear Kerry say no? Yeah. Yes to the story. Scripture I will quote.
Yes, I was saying yes to that. No, not to the answer.
Not to the answer. What's your answer?
The high core
The Hakohanim?
Most
The Mashiach died for us. Much more, therefore, being now justified by his dom, shall we be saved from the wrath through him. The Rosh Kohan?
You couldn't go without dome.
Oh, you got something? I got an apostle over here. You or your, who I'm going to get?
The first image John gave.
You do like it? Oh, you finna get freaky with it. What about your the apostle?
We can talk about it.
He said we can talk about it.
I'm not do like the answer though, but I want to. I mean,
You thinking something else?
It could be something freaky. You know?
Could be something freaky.
Is it possible with Hadassah going in with blood?
Oh, she went with it with blood. I'm saying from that.
But there was something else thinking too, but they had to do with blood.
Don't try that. What you got back there, apostle? The maid? Yeah. Showing the dom on the and she ain't do it. Well, actually, that had already been. There were writings already that had delivered her. Besides that, that's what Mushah told him about. He can get her a bill of divorcement and put her away. At the first, you could kill her if it wasn't there, because she played the harlot. Then Mushah, that's how Mushah came and wrote it. He said, because of the hardness of your law, he wrote you this precept. Most of y'all didn't know. How many of y'all didn't know how the divorce came in? That's why it came in. Because originally, she was supposed to produce the napkin, which was the blanket that they laid on, which would show the dom. This would be proof, and it would get her. Now, he would have to keep her all the days of his ma'im. That's the same reason we got Yahushua so long, because they produced the napkin with the blood. So we can't put him away. That was the Torah. So when a woman couldn't produce it, she was to be stoned because she played the harlot in her Abba's bed. What Mushah said, oh, stop. If it come to pass that he don't find no favor, she can't see no favor in his eyes because he found some uncleanness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement and put her away. That worked out for you because Yahuah asked you, what was your bill of divorcement? I should have killed you. The fact that he gave you a bill of divorcement, I should have killed you. I ain't finna let you keep sitting around killing these women. That's why he asked you for, see, it's things that we weren't thinking about. He asked you for the bill of divorcement that I gave you, which meant, what was I supposed to have done? because that's what my law was. So that's why he wrote you this precept. The bill of divorcement came in as the other option than killing you. Okay? Makes sense? Yes, sir. Again, we start to see the con of Yahuah. What you got on there? He feeling it.
Now, I was going to say, when John said, that's wrong, then I go with the ram in the thicket.
I ain't no way he finna say. He said a ram in the thicket. I said, well, yeah. The ram in the thicket. What was the blood?
I'm saying he gave his blood, so the son had to have it. Because he was going to kill the son, but the ram died instead.
Okay, let's try it again. Mashiach moot for us. Much more, therefore, being now justified by his dom. Now, what you want to remember, that he already had released the boy before he even killed the ram. The ram was the other option. Remember, in context with what y'all listening to. Mashiach died for us, much more, therefore, being now justified by his dom. Okay? So we back. John's answer was the right answer. I just want to see if y'all stable. It was the right answer. I don't know why y'all went, because that what kept the people from dying. Everybody didn't have the dom on the doorpost. That's why people called it the Passover, which is not the correct name, because he said, I will pass over that bed. Okay? I will do what? Pass over that bed. So now he needs us to come and to understand something. Let's look at something, since we're talking there. Let's see where this goes. How about that? Let's see if that's the 12, 14, not 14, 13. See if that's 12, yeah. The 12th chapter of the book of Yahuah Shemut. They call it Exodus. 12. Jump down to probably verse 12. Let me see that what I want. Yahuah Shemut. Shemut. 12 and 12. That's what I want. We'll try to look at the, this is the Greek side, Latin side, James perversion. All of them perverted, so please don't go tell nobody. Preacher said this the worst one. All of them terrible. We're just going with the first person that translated. That's how the story get mixed up every time somebody else get it. All right, let's say, listen.
For I will pass through the Arats of Mizraim, this Layla, and will smite all the firstborn in the Arats of Mizraim, both each and beast, and against all the mighty ones of Mizraim I will execute Maspah. I am Yahuah.
Let's see what happened.
And the dom shall be to you for a token upon your bed.
For a ot, which is a sign to you.
Where ye are, and when I see the dom, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the Arats of Mizraim.
That's so. What were these people recognizing? That's right. Or they. Well, let me say this. I don't think they would have quite put. They were justified by it. Now we understand that. I think they would have put more in contrast of the power of it, or the strength of it. You know what I'm saying? Or the rationale of the dom. Y'all got it? Because you got to remember the purpose of dom, because life is in it. That's why it flows. It's got life. Y'all got it? So they understood it. You know, later they would have come to understand it, but let's look at how they possibly would have looked at it for the time. That was a sign to them. That's how they just recognize it's a sign. This is what he recognizes. Y'all got it? So this is what they looked at. He recognized. They hadn't even recognized they was in Qatar yet. They didn't learn they had been in Qatar till they got out, till they got to the book of when he said he called. When he called them, that's when they learned it. And he called them. Uyakra. That's what after the doings of Mizraim shall you not do. Now they start off, that was wrong. That was wrong. We weren't supposed to do that. So they understood the blood became a protection. It said Passover. They all used Passover. So they came into saying that it's the Passover, simply because they looked at he went past it because of the dom, correct? 8th chapter of the book of Amos. They call it Amos, moose. 8:1. Listen.
Thus had the Adon Yahuah shoot unto me, and behold, a basket of summer pari.
Mm-hmm.
And he said,
what's it? Kayets. Yeah, kayets is the word for summer fruit. What'd you say, Boston? Huh? Summer harvest? Okay. Kayets. Y'all say it got on the board. They showed on the board for y'all. Y'all see it? Y'all want to write it down? Those that don't have it? Kayets. They'll probably do it with a Z at the end because they look at the sound of it. It sound like a Z. What's the sod? Most time you see them do stuff with a Z, they're actually trying to do the sod. But English discipline don't have a TS that makes that sound. That's why English would never use it. A lot of times you see them ever use a Z in a word, almost 9 times out of 10, it's the sod. But see, they discipline won't let them turn. And it's not just them, it's other people discipline too, like Greek discipline. There's certain things you can't do in Greek. Certain things, like everybody has a discipline. You know who don't have one? Us. English will never let you get away with that. I cannot sit there looking at that and say, that's wrong. That's a Z. The Z makes that sound. Only problem is I don't have one. Y'all got it? Everything they give us, we don't have one. Okay? Y'all ready?
Sure.
All right, come on.
And he said, Amuz, what seest thou? And I said, a basket of kayith. Then said the Adon unto me, then said Yahuah unto me,
What happened?
the end is come upon my arm.
Y'all hear what he just told y'all? What's come?
The end is come upon my arm of Yasharal.
Tell them what happened, son.
I will not again pass by them anymore.
What would they have to be considering now? Hands? Uh-oh. I got Master Chin. Master Chin. You say, yep. Deaf? Move? Why you say that?
Because they was survived with the Dom before.
Because what happened?
They survived with the Dom before. This time, not passing over.
So let me ask you a question. Why would I put the dawn back up now? What happened? Yeah, they say he not gonna pass over me before. I got in one hand right here, and I'm gonna tell y'all already. What you got over here? Obedience is better than sacrifice. How many of y'all going with that answer? That is the truth, though. Obedience is better than sacrifice. What you got over here for me?
Basalt was in the beginning.
Passat was in the beginning. He said, never mind. Yeah. But let's think, what we got in? Repentance? No, not repentance. Repentance is good. What you got? The end. It's the end of the season. Yeah, they could look at the end of the season because that's what they would look at. That's what he told them they were gathering. He told them that the end was coming. So that would imply to me that summer fruit was ending because he's trying to get them to understand something. That to let them know a basket would definitely signify the harvest is coming in. And now he's telling them I'm not going to pass by them anymore. First, let's look at this. How do they understand something? Let's look at something. Let's go back to that 12th chapter again, please, the book of Allah Shemut, they call Exodus. Okay, 12. Back me up to verse 3. Let's see what 3 says. All right, let's see. 3 and 1, listen.
Speak ye also unto the Adah of Yasharal, saying, in the 10th of this Yarik, they shall take to them every each a lamb according to the beth of their Abba, a lamb for any beth. And if the beth be too little for the lamb, let him and his rayah next unto his beth take it according to the number of the nephash. Every each according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first Shana. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th of the same Yarik. And the whole assembly of the Adah of Yasharal shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the dam and strike it on the 2 side posts and on the upper door post of the beth, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in the layla, roast with fire in masut lakam, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with ma'in, but roast with fire his head and his legs, and with the pertinence thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire.
See the difference, the Greeks in the 10th verse told you, and not to break a bone. Which means he already had another intent the whole time. He already had another intent the whole time. He wanted everything to stay perfectly intact. For them, you think about it honestly, you get ready to eat a animal that you finna cook and you finna eat it, and you ain't clean the inside of that thing out. That's disgusting. That you were cooking it and you left everything in it. But then he told you how to do it. He told you and he wanted you to roast it with fire. He had another intent already. Typically they would boil stuff. You learned that when it came down hands. I got you already, got him. I ain't got the bishop. Did I get you yet, apostle? I got you yet, bishop? I got love up the front now. That's what the world needs. Let's see what the bishop got. Oh, you think we need love? LL say he need love. LL say he don't even need you, bishop. Go ahead. What you got, bishop? What about it? What are you talking about? So you asking something and you asking me what the question? No, what I was saying, being a little more descriptive in what you were saying. What he was talking about, how many of y'all don't know what he's talking about? He was talking about with the Benin of Shemuel, when they would come and they would roast it. He told you what the order of the Kohan was. The Kohan order was that when the people brought us the food, would bring us the meat, we put it in the cauldron of the pot. And while it was boiling, we took a flesh hook and you struck it inside the cauldron or the pot. Whatever the meat hook caught and pull up, that's mine. But his son said, no. I ain't gonna have it solid. I'm taking mine now. They're like, I'm taking mine. And that wasn't the order. The order was to let it go in the pot and you were to take it and strike it. And whatever your meat hook caught, he would say, that's yours. That's all yours. Them jokers looking, man, I ain't got time to be slapping up getting no pot, trying to grab no water, getting all on my clothes. I'm taking mine now. That's just how they operated. And he said he made the people abhor the offering of Yahuah. They hated it. Because they watched it, you just took the whole thing. Like, man, I ain't got time to be waiting to be boiling nothing. Let stuff get all to a boil. I got to start striking. I missed, I hit myself in the leg, bump all that. I'm taking mine off the top. Okay? So anyway, what he's telling you here makes sense. Let's see something right quick. So we learned the premise of how it works. See if that's the book of Bamidbar. 25. Let's say that 25 and 1. Bamidbar, they call it numbers. Bamidbar means in the wilderness. Bamidbar. Yeah, what's it, 25 and 1? Let's see. Listen.
And Yasharal abode in Shittim, and the began to commit Zanut with the Banut of Moab. And they carried the unto the Zabak of their Elohim, and the did eat, and Shekar to their Elohim.
Adored them.
And Yasharal joined himself unto Baal Peor, and the anger of Yahuah was kindled against Yasharal.
And that's what they did.
And Yahuah said unto Mushah,
Do what?
take all the heads of the and hang them up before Yahuah against the Shamash, that the fierce anger of Yahuah may be turned away from Yasharal.
So he wanted to do it. He wanted to make an example of them, of judgment. So he took the leaders to try to make an example of judgment. And he took them, he hung them against the Shamash. So they understood then what you go do with the lamb. Remember, you're supposed to take the lamb, and you're supposed to take the lamb with all his stuff intact, and you were supposed to roast him with fire. So we understood the premise right here with the leaders. Why was it we were going to take the leader from among us and do it? Why don't we just take the people that did it? And when Yahushua came, and y'all paid attention, that's what Yahuah asked him who you want me to crucify, who you want me to crucify. Ba'aba, or Yahushua, and he's supposed to be your Malak. So that was the purpose of putting up over his head his accusation that he was the Malak of Yasharal. So it wouldn't make sense to put him up there if he wanted to lead him. See, this was already been put up for us. So we were already learning symbolism. We were learning about the lamb. We learned about the dam. All these things were important. Y'all got it? And so you start looking at, even when he told in the 9th chapter book of Barashit, that they call Genesis. 9 and 2, 9 and 1. Barashit. Listen.
And Elohim, Baraka, Nuach, and his Bani, and said unto them, be pari and multiply and replenish the arats.
Where we heard it from? Hello? That's right, Barashit. Which means so what we learning? So his intent was for man to survive. He gave him the order. Those are orders to survive. He just told him what to do. He wants you to replenish. I'm planning on you surviving. Y'all got it? And he did good. He left not himself without a witness.
That's right.
And that's what he wanted them to do. Increase. And then he wanted them to fill the Arat. So he wants you to stay here. And have dominion over it. This is the same order, similar to what he gave to Adam. So my intent for each didn't change. Come on.
And the Yara of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the Arats, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all them that moveth upon the Arats, and upon all the fish of the Yam, into your hand are they delivered.
That's the same order he gave Adam. And now look at us now. I got Bright, he's scared of birds. Bryce ain't going out that door, man. Man, some birds out, man, stay in that building. He ain't finna go nowhere. You man, bird out there. Man, birds everywhere. Man, go out that door, you see no bird. No, Bright don't play with no birds. I don't know what happened to that boy. I don't know where mama took him to and them birds attacked him. That man don't play with no bird. That man stay in the building. Little he know, we supposed to subdue them. We supposed to be over these birds. We supposed to be over all. But let's think about it now. Wild animal come up and run us down and kill us. Because we broke Elohim's order. Listen, they don't have to keep their order either. They looking at, I ain't keeping my order. You ain't keeping yours. First chance I get, I'm going to kill, I'm going to stalk you, I'm going to make you going to be prey. They pray, man, listen, we were supposed to tread over these things. All the animals know who we are, we lost that. So it's to get, man, and look at, you lost an estate. So, listen, these guys done been inside of a ship with these things. And not one of them got bit, got attacked. All the animals knew they had to succumb to them. They had to come under the authority. And guess what? They all knew how to dwell together. Man, the only one can't keep order. All right, come on.
Every moving thing that Kai shall be meat for you, even as the green herb have I given you all things. But the basar with the
Well,
Kai
see, that one
thereof,
told you about the green. Okay, this, okay. Come on.
but the basar with the Kai thereof, which is the dam thereof, shall ye not eat. And surely your dam of your Kai will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it, and at the hand of each, at the hand of every each ox will I require the Kai of each. Whoso sheddeth each dam, by each shall his dam be shed, for in the image of Elohim made he each.
See, that's why he came back and let you know why. It's something required to him, because he made in the image of Elohim. So we had an order for us already. When he came down to lay down the law to us, he look at us now. And this is the thing that you look at, why he got us set now to be destroyed. Even Cup came back, he said these as natural, what was again? What were they made to do? He said that's the only thing could kill me is a wild animal. And it's gonna be required of you too. Because see, you start to lose your discipline. This is the same thing similar to what Yahuah told you. When you turn to homosexuality, he said you took the truth, the amount of Elohim, and you changed it into a corruptible ish. And unto what? Like birds. And all these things start letting you know you left your discipline. Even when you look at Nebuchadnezzar, what did he wind up turning him into? Just like a wild animal. Because you left the caboodle of. You turned away from. Okay. So what I was trying to get us a look at, they understood the importance of blood done from the beginning for the fact it wasn't supposed to be shed. That it was the life of every living creature. So when we understood that Yahushua, and the animal we actually took the life of it for our life. It was an atonement. It was to make amends. Because the soul that sinned, it shall die. So we understood when he was using all these different references and we were watching these things, we understood the power of dung. Then we learned how to start making them a cloak. Because now, once I learned what to do, I can do what I want to do to Canada. All I got to do is just go get me some blood. See, we learn how to be crafty with the Torah. Yeah, you learn how to set things up. I mean, all I do, I know what to put up for my sins. So now they can, and guess what? In a sense, I can justify my behavior. I repented. So it was important for him to come back and tell us what he was going to do. That he was going to write them upon our laws. And in our laws and our minds. So it's going to be here so it be for a conviction. Write them on our laws, we're going to make them a conviction. Just in front of our eyes wasn't being a conviction. He knew he had to get in our inward parts. See, the outward appearance we do, and he told us about these people, how they would have the robes, and how they would do it. See, all these were outside appearances. He knew, I'm fighting people that doing outside appearances. I got to get it on the law. I got to get their inward parts. And we understood the inward parts, and he was already setting us up, because when we took the animals, just like the one we were putting up for the Passover, that one we left everything intact. So we saw the value of it in its completeness. You got it? When he told us present our body as a living sacrifice, we understood it from Yahushua. He dedicated his whole body. Y'all got it? Then there were animals we took. We had to take the kidneys. There were specific parts of the body. You couldn't take. There were certain vital parts he wanted. And we understood it was the inward parts he wanted. So when he came back to us, he wanted to tell us about how tender and soft. We knew that from the meats. When you get inside the rough exterior animal, the insides are never hard. They're tender. He said, I want to try to turn you from a stony to a fleshly heart. And he was trying to give a thing that was similar to our heads being hard. He was turned to adamant stone, which is a harder rock than these rocks over here, these baby rocks. Those rocks over here, these rocks, like you pick one of them and say, now listen, when you throw me, I been him. I been him from creation. They ain't make me from no concrete at no William brother nowhere. And Thomas Concrete. I been him. Said the man said, let it be a rock. Y'all got it? So now they more solid than Prudential. So you telling they set this thing up, they understood how things were. I'm telling you, your head is hard like adamant stone, which means, remember, these people used stone to establish certain things put up, and certain stones they knew were harder than other stones. So they understood that's a pretty hard stone and very hard to break. He said, that's your head. That's your mindset. He started looking at our heart, started giving us equivalents to show us we understood, and saying, I want your heart to be a fleshly heart. I want it to be something tender. Y'all got it? So there were things we understood. Just like with meat, you want to tenderize, what you do to it? Wow. Exactly. And guess what happened? He said, I got to chastise you. That's all we understood. He like, I got to chastise you. That was the only way I was going to get you to get soft. I don't have to get you to turn. I got to beat you because I'm trying to tenderize. I know some of the guys looking at it. So really, I ain't wrong. No, you wrong. You ain't supposed to beat that chicken. Not the chicken. Do not beat the chicken. But you know what I'm saying? So you start to choke that chicken. Let that chicken breathe. So now you start looking at all these things were things we understood. Y'all got it as simple as they made. He made it simplistic enough that we understood what was he trying to get us to display. What was he trying to illustrate? What was he trying to get us to understand? So all these things were vital, and it was important for us to know. Now he started moving us to, I want the inward parts. The purpose of putting the being up there totally intact was to show you the strength of his blood, with everything intact, showing you he did the whole part. With the other one, it was like take the kidney, take the core, the upper part of the liver, these certain parts. But with the being, he said, I want everything. And that's what I want you to do if you're gonna be my being. I want you to present everything. I want to be whole, entire, complete. Y'all got it? Lacking nothing. And that's what the being did. He lacked nothing. Y'all got it? So they understood the power of Dom. And now when it was being placed on the door, they understood it. They understood life was in it. They understood they couldn't eat it. Then they understood the power of it. They understood discipline of things. Y'all got it? So all this, he was building us up to a point of when the being comes, you will recognize. Y'all got it? Because all these symbolism. Y'all got it? Okay. Now, the reason why I would ask y'all, and I was talking to y'all in the 8th chapter of the book of Amos, when he told them about the end had come on my arm, and he said I was no more going to pass by them or pass over them. Of course, a person could look at, we can do what our Abbas did before in Mizraim, and they could actually go and they could place the blood upon the doorpost. But now he's trying to get ready to transfer them from something. He's trying to get them to transfer them from something, to understand something. All this stuff you've been doing has been symbolism. See, it's not just the son's moot that put us in the position of salvation. Before he moved, he had to come and teach. That's the same thing Mushah did. They just come and he died, he had to teach us. That's right, the Ben had to teach us. That was our error. Our error. He told you what happened. The leaders of these people caused them the error. What were the leaders doing? They were the ones teaching us. The leaders were teaching us incorrectly. They were teaching us what to go do for a sacrifice. They weren't teaching us how to get away from doing the acts. Y'all got the importance of getting away from the act. The son came and said, when I do this, I'll do it one time. What you guys have been doing, you've been doing this stuff every day and you working too hard on Shabbat with it. He said, I'll do it one time. You got to teach them. You got to teach them in a way that's simplistic enough that you get them away from the works of Kata'in, sin. That's the difference. What a lot of you guys, what you don't realize, you have to be taught to get away from sin. Y'all got it? So now you got to think about this for them. Where are we at? I just been told he ain't going to pass over us no more. So the blood thing don't work no more. That's all done. We're done with that. It's out of the way. So now, what are we looking for a rescue? That answer. 10th chapter of the book of Abarim. They call it Hebrews. Okay. Let's see. Listen.
For the Torah, having a shadow of two things to come, and not the very image of the things, can never with those sacrifices which they offered Shana by Shana continually make the comers thereunto Tamim.
That's why I ain't passing by them no more. Because these people got the wrong concept. They think if they just offer something, they good and they out of the way. His whole thing now coming back to teaching the people like he taught them, obedience. Remember when Shaul messed up, what did they do? He said, it's all over. They came right back and sacrificed. So what was he going to do to get these people to obedience? He was trying to break them when people thought it wasn't because he wanted us to understand something. Let's see what happened.
For then would they not have ceased to be offered, because that the worshippers once purged should have had no more conscience of Kataim.
That's right. See what happened? The worshipers, the Shakar, once cleansed, should have no conscience of sin any. That's why I ain't passing by no more. These guys still doing the same stuff. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. All I got is a bunch of dead animals. I got blood everywhere. And it ain't covering it. But that was all intentional too. Because I was trying to transfer them back over to the sun. But I couldn't give them the sun at the first. I had to teach them through animals. It was all symbolism. That's why I told you it was a shadow. It was never the very image. The fact that I told you the one you offered, you were leaving everything in it. I told you to roast it with fire. I came later and I told you that we were going to take the leader and hang the leader as an example before the people. I was going to roast him with fire. So when I brought Yahushua, he started telling you about drinking his dung. Nobody caught it when he told him that I was trying to give you life. Because the whole intent was for man to continue, to survive. You know that's amazing? If you were dying and you had an accident, you were bleeding, they would give you a blood transfusion. Why do you think they would do that? Because they know life is in it. And they know if you don't get that blood, you're going to die. That's what he recognized. That you're going to need a blood transfusion. On the walls weren't working. You needed it in you. Why don't they do that when you have an accident and you get a gunshot? Why don't they come and just take one of the bags of blood and just start throwing it on the doorpost? Because that ain't going to save you. That was all symbolism. Even with Yahushua, he sat down and told you, except you eat mine and drink mine. He said, you don't have it in you. The purpose of hanging him up on the doorpost, it was symbolism. That's what you knew. It's important that you recognize all this reverted right back, that I hung the leader of this people as an example. I put this man in the mood here, that this here and the strength of his dawn, it kept him from killing us. But he knew you also had to get it in you, but we had to be taught that. We had to be taught that. See that? That was the difference. Nobody taught us. Our own people, they didn't know. That's why we need to be taught. He told it was written in the Nabahim, and they shall all be taught of Elohim. And see, he started looking at the conscience. Your conscience is your decision of right and wrong. And that's something that Shaul taught about, how he entrusted us, commending himself to every man. That's your decision of right and wrong. You see me drop something, I leave it. You got a conscience, you say, let me get him back his stuff. You don't. He snooze, he lose. That's your conscience. What makes the decision of right and wrong? How you develop the conscience is through the teaching. Once the law has been implemented and we're taught it, that makes the decision. What does the law say? When they brought Yahushua the woman, caught in a very active adultery, what did he say? Do what you will. Or what did he ask them? Everything will know. What's the Torah? Now I ask you, the one without Kataim, let him cast the first stone. Surely you guys don't have no guilt on you. And you know they realize, unlike us, I'm just as bad as she is. Dropped them stones and walked on. He just appealed to their conscience. They wanted to see was he tell them, you know, don't do it. And they were going to tie him right back up with the Torah. He knew. Let me just appeal to their conscience. The first one of y'all should be throwing it, the one that ain't got no kataim. So when the other person realized, I ain't throwing, the other one look at some. If y'all ain't throwed it, if one of y'all throw, then by law I can throw. Yeah. They looked at, first thing he did was stop the first one. Once I stopped the first one, he said the next one easy. All I need, the first one ain't done nothing, let him throw it. Yeah, you know what? She'll get hers in the mosh pot. I got some more stuff I need to be doing anyway. You see that? Appealing to people's conscience in the sight of Elohim. And that's what he's trying to get us to. Get us to the point that you recognize kata, sin, and then you recognize how to stay away from it. That's the thing he told us from certain people. If kataim, sinners entice thee, wow. They go rob a bank. I'm thinking about it. No, I'm not doing it. Let's go rape the hoe. I'm not interested. It's kata. The Torah already done it. So once we implement the Torah in our mind, this keeps us out of a lot of these situations. What happens is when the people don't know. He looked at our destruction came in from hands. He already got it. Go ahead. See that? So if they destroy for lack of knowledge, what I need? I need knowledge. I need a range of information. Because I got people going to come with different devices. So when I got a range of information, that blocked that. See, it ain't hard. They just heard people go, you know, the Bible said my people destroyed for lack of knowledge, and you didn't catch he was trying to tell you that I was going to give you pastors according to my law that's going to feed you with knowledge and understanding. So what was my intent? I wanted to survive and dwell. I told him what their problem was, Chris. I didn't leave him without an answer. The first thing folk quote, what a Christian? Yeah, the Bible said my people destroyed for lack of knowledge. But then he said, I'm going to give them a pastor after my own law. That's going to feed them with knowledge. He's going to shepherd them with information. And they're going to be able to understand. They're going to get the ability to comprehend. He realized that was the only problem, man. He just didn't comprehend. Once we start to comprehend the subject matter, you take away the fear of it. That was a real fear, and it had to be a real fear and torture serving Yahuah, especially in ignorance. Because you did one thing wrong, he'd kill you. Because you should have known. You should have known before you done it. So that made people look at it. I don't want to get involved because I ain't trying to die. I ain't trying to get killed by him. Because it looked like he just killed people. He killed people for being ignorant. He killed people for lacking understanding. So he looked at, if you got understanding, then you will be able to approach me. See, people are trying to approach me in ignorance or their own self-will. Just like Yahuah, Uzziah. People just do what they want. They try to tell him. His intent wasn't for him to move, was it? Because the Rosh Kohan tried to tell him, this don't pertain to you. But he went in anyway. And it became his own destruction, and he moved. He became a leopard, and he died. He moved. If Elohim's intent was just to kill him, he wouldn't have sent nobody to warn him. At the end of the day, for every one of us in here, you got choices you got to make. You got choices. And the more information you got, the better decisions you make. This your nefesh. You got to know. You need to know. You can't afford to just keep making decisions. I had also tell him about a situation where interesting about somebody pulled him and confronted him about a subject that he had made a statement on, and wanted to know about what was the sin. So I want to know where the sin at. He said, tell me where the sin was. I said, I'll tell you where it's at. He said, obey them that got the rule over you and submit yourself. They watch for your soul. He said, what about that? Person had no answer. They just laughed it off and went on. Because people try to find their own right. That's why it's dangerous when you see stuff in your own eyes. See, where he'll trap you up at, it's always a way to get you. See, he'll be looking at, and what get a lot of us is the fact that people don't sit down and consider with the book. He told you, all things are lawful for me. He said, but all things not expedient. Just because it ain't a sin don't mean you got to do it. That's that being everything because it don't mean you got to do it. Well, as long as ain't no sin, but it's not, but is it expedient? So you start to look to try to choose your matters a little different versus everybody try to run through. I'm not trying to run through to make sure just everything ain't sin. I want to make sure things I'm doing too expedient. As we grow and your purpose is right, he started to just lay more to your mind and started considering some things just not good for you. And you want to be mindful because how he trap you up. And it's in him, it's bad in him. I tell them don't do something, they do it anyway. I should have listened to you, preacher. You right, but now the problem becomes you committed kata. That'd be the danger part y'all don't look at. At that point, it's kata, because obey them that got the root on you and submit yourself. He said, watch for your soul. They got to give an account. He said they got to give an account. And then they might do it with shusha and not with grief. He said, that's unprofitable for you. So we start trying to look at what we're doing. Just like when Musa, those people grieved that man. They grieved that man. They wouldn't listen to what that man told. They grieved that man. That man wanted to die. He was done. That man wanted to die. Them folks had ran that man. He wanted to just die. They paid for it, though. They paid for it. And that's what I try to get y'all to look at. Where we at right now, this world ain't rap. This world ain't going to get no better. For every one of us in here, it ain't going to get no better. We got to get smarter. Smarter means we got to get more crafty on how we move. And like he told you, people don't think like that. But he told me to be wise as a serpent. I don't even know how Nakash think. You don't see snakes ran over everywhere, do you? They don't move that fast. You ought to see them ran over all the time. All these floods come, shouldn't be a snake left. How they know how to get gone? Ain't like they can run nowhere. Ain't like they can drive, is it? They still manage to survive, don't they? Still manage to survive and still be him. He said, you need to be wise. He said, you need to be real wise on how you move. Try to teach it. You got to watch these people. You watching these people, how these people move out here, and you get smarter. It's rare you see them make a bad decision. They know exactly. You don't see snake. Go look up, snake get killed from trying to eat porcupine. Look it up for me. I just want to see. Put it up. I ain't even looked at it. Can we look at it? Y'all mind let's look at it? Snake get killed trying to eat a porcupine. Or snake dies from eating. Let's do snake dies. I'm sorry. Oh, I mean how to eat no porcupine. No porcupine. You have to put, there you go right there. I'd have spelled it different. I'd have spelled P-O-R-K pine. No, I'd have put P-O-R-K/E. Then I spelled another slash, then pine. Pork E pine. How you spell it? Look at it. Park ranger opened its stomach. Inside, they found a 30-pound porcupine. Its needle-shaped, sharp quills seemed to have punctured the snake's digestive tract and may have contributed to his death. Y'all see that was? How many of them you got on now? That dummy right there is a good example to the rest of them. You always got a dummy. There's always a dummy somewhere. That's not something they regularly do. Listen, they're one of the only, do you know snakes are one of the only animals come out that know how to do what they do? You will never find a snake with his mother. Most of y'all, how many of y'all didn't know that? Snakes don't stay with no, they don't. When they lay their eggs, they go away. They come out from the egg, immediately hunting. Do you know they go straight to a stalk? They go straight to camouflage and start hunting from right there. You come out of the shell hunting, and they know how to hide. They don't come out and go on no expressway. Listen, they go for prey that's smaller than them, off the rip. That's how smart they are from the shell. Niggas the only one done with teachers. Very few animals smarter than them. They catch animals that outrun other predators, and they catch them. No arms. You know how smart you got to be to camouflage to catch animals at the speed. You're going across the Serengeti, Ain't no trees on the Serengeti. That's open plain, wide straight open. And they don't get ran over and stomped out either by no bunch of them. They can feel the vibration of the ground when they get out the way. Can you imagine when this animal eats, the python in Africa, do you understand that thing has to go somewhere and hide for at least 30 days? The digested food. Where do you go and hide with a belly full of food for 30 days? Very smart. Very clever. The nigger is a dumb animal. Just the dumbest animal I've seen on the planet. Get all the teaching and still an idiot. Python chokes to death after eating porcupine. Python eats porcupine, instantly regrets it. I know he regretted that one. Snake immediately regretted eating having eaten the porcupine. You ain't gonna find many of them. Now you go find stupid nigga, I guarantee you, boy, we running down that internet. Isn't that right? Nigga on the expressway, wrong way, trying to stop a tractor trailer with his bare hand. Internet loaded. That's just bad decision, man, just bad people. And with all the information he gives us, do y'all understand, animals are smarter than us? Do y'all understand that man sets up a whole ecosystem? Everything plays its part. Everything plays its part. Everything. You know what you won't hardly find? You won't find a cheetah hunt at night. They don't. They do their hunt in the daytime. They know big cats hunt at night. You don't find them at nighttime. You know what you don't find? They don't have no dwelling place. They nomads. Cheetahs just keep moving. Cheetahs don't have no hunting place. They don't have no particular place they stay. You notice that? They just keep moving. Where they gonna stay at? Bigger cats gonna be more territorial. They gonna take over. Ari, I have about a 5-mile radius. He gonna hunt and he gonna keep. You're gonna have a leopard. He gonna have his territory. You're gonna take his trees. He gonna hunt. He gonna have. All you gonna find that dude they're doing is just walking, just like Abraham. He's just walking. He walking the length of it, the breadth of it. That's what he got to do, and everything works together. It's other animals got to eat. The cheetah don't eat everything. That's why he's so lean. He got to be able to catch food. He can't eat all that. Not to keep his size. By the time he kills something and get him a couple of good bites, here come the hyena. Here come other to take it from him. But he realized, that's my life. I can't eat everything. I can't eat the whole thing, everything I kill. I learned how to get what I can. I got to keep going. Think of how much this stuff a cat, he can run for 2 minutes at that speed. Ain't nothing getting away from him. 28 seconds, all he get. When he take off, he got 28 seconds. After he finish 28 seconds, that joker go hit the ground and he gonna roll. His brain frying. His brain start cooking. He'll burn up his brain. He can't run but so hard. Just like your car, you keep running, you'll burn them here so it get warped. Same thing with him. They built a Ferrari off of him. Hello? Yahuah designed everything so unique. Even us. Smartest thing he got is the dumbest thing on the planet. We the smartest thing. Listen, they got an animal on the planet smarter, and we the dumbest. I can see why he looked, he said, I regret I ever made you. Y'all brought me to regret. We put the man in regret. Out of everything on this planet, that man looked at, you the only thing I regretted. I regret I even made you. Look at what you cost me. Look how hard it is to get you to turn, to even see. You've never done yourself any good. You've done yourself an injustice and a disjustice every time you could. You have, and me, including me. We've been the worst. We could blame other people. We could blame, but let's think about it. Why were you with those people? Because like they said, you don't find blue jays and red robins flying together, do you? You don't find hawks and eagles flying together, do you? Birds of a feather. And some other kids messed up my kids. Because they were the same feather. They the same birds. And that's what he look at with us. We the same people. So the goal is to get us to turn to recognize where we went wrong at. What got us off from the plan of his original intent for us. And one thing I found with us is the lack of knowledge. It's the lack of knowledge. All these bad decisions we made, these holes we got in, was supposed to teach us. Some of it take us to fall harder than us. Some people, it don't take a whole lot. Some of them, they catch on pretty quick. Not us with this. Some of us probably caught on quick in school, quick in college, quick in sports, quick in some other stuff, drug dealing, criminal, whatever it was. When it come down to Elohim, this is a long process. That's a lot of reconfiguring, reconstruction. There's a lot of things that we don't want to do and we don't want to give up because the flesh has an existence in doing wrong. It has a strong pleasure in doing wrong. So doing right is something it's going to fight against. In order for doing right to survive, we got to do just like Rakal did. You're going to have to let it die. In order for real life to live, you're going to let it die. That's how bad off we gotten ourselves in the situation we're in. The goal is to try to come back and correct some wrongs. It's kind of like we done took the test and we all found out we got a flat F. And the man gives it back to us and says, let's go back over your answers. It'd be bad to come back and get an F now after we go over each question and I give you the right answer and you still come up with something wrong. Hello? Have y'all ever had the opportunities in school before? Teacher get everybody back their test and you go back at this thing, you realize, goodness, I gotta put this answer down here. And you get the correct those answer and you got them red marks on there and now turn them back in. Do you know how stupid you look? When you turn it back in, you still got the wrong answer. We went over this. Do you know how retarded you look that we just went back over this and I gave it to you to look at your answer and gave you the right answer and you still got it wrong? I have no problem with failing you at this point. Yahuah don't have no problem with putting us in Sheol at this point because we got opportunity to fix it. We're going over all the past answers, the past things we've done, reviewed to go back and see why these were bad answers, why these were bad decisions, and now we consider doing better. I don't know about y'all, when my time comes, at that point, since I can't escape it, the only thing I really want to do, I just want to be ready. I just want to be ready. I got a lot of things I put in motion, a lot of things I'm trying to get done, a lot of things I'm pushing to do. I'm trying to make sure I don't leave things in a chaotic situation when my time comes to leave. But my main thing I want to leave with y'all is the importance of leave room for change. Everybody, leave room for change. Y'all got it? It's kind of like when you, just say like a 12-year-old boy. Don't make sense to buy all your clothes the exact same size because you're going to grow. If you leave yourself in that pants that you bought at 12 and you make it to 21, the pants ain't going to fit unless you're going to stunt your growth. Y'all got it? Leave some room to grow. Leave room to grow. It don't matter what it is when it comes. If it's right, set yourself where you still got room to change. Y'all got it? Don't have the pride that you'll sit up here and you'll die as a fool when you got opportunity to do something different and you can do right. Don't spend your time on what all I've been doing to make a bad decision and no use of stopping now. That's a retarded man. That's a dumb decision. If the man come along and give you back your test and show you where you're wrong at, go ahead and put the right answer down and now you got it right. And you consider why you got the wrong answer. How did you put the wrong answer down? Now you got the right answer to make sure you don't do that again. Sometimes people get the right answer and they'll forget it's the right answer if you give it back to them again. I want y'all to get in your memorization what you don't do and what you need to do. Y'all got it? You got to remember this. Zakar, you remember Mark is to remember. There are things you need to do to make sure you remember. If we don't keep going back over this, what you think you're going to do? Forget. I got people that ask me stuff now. Ain't that right, John? Is it okay to take to look at a job seminar on Shabbat? Because we hadn't talked about it in a long time, so what happens? Let me tell you what happened with us. It's almost, I ain't gonna say it's impossible. We're trying to grow. Right now what I'm talking about with you guys are more on is his intent for man. So you can get rid of the illusion you have that Elohim is just dead set on killing us. His purpose is for man to survive. He made a kit for man to survive, which entail all of the mashpots, the judgment, all of the Torah, the directions and the instructions. Y'all got it? All of the Amar, all the commandments. This is a survival kit. And all these things you're going to need because situations going to rise You're going to need them, and this is part of your survival. And man has been without it and tried to exist on his own, and he's intentionally set a system up that you're going to die without it, to make you come back and realize the importance of why you need it. And you be a fool to take off with it and not been properly instructed in it, because you're going to pull the wrong thing at the wrong time. So you got to be taught how to use it. You got to be willing to come back and consider yourself. I want everybody to examine yourself every day. Every day, check yourself. Don't base yourself off the day before. Today, I want you to examine yourself on where you need to be. Let's get there today. Tomorrow, I want you to examine yourself. I want you to do the same thing. Make sure where you need to be for the day. Don't break it off of, yesterday I was good, so I should be good today. We don't want to do that. We want to know we're good. Don't go with I should be good. Every day is a new day. Every day we want to check ourselves and want to make sure I'm good today. Make sure today you're good. Don't be like, because really I don't think it's been about a month. No, I don't go with that. Let's go with today. Y'all got it? That makes sense? Every day. That's what we want to do. Let's make sure where we at today. Let's make sure where we at today. Make sure all we doing what we need to do today. When tomorrow comes, guess what we'll do? We'll do the same thing. And we find out if it's something we hadn't done the days previous before, and we find out, we will adjust. We will make those adjustments. That's why I want to leave room. Life is given like that. It'll make you feel, there's a lot of people feel like they're good. They're okay. And you might be for the time, but what if knowledge comes and you find out there's something you missed? Now, I can't go back and implement it back in the past, but guess what I can implement it at? Right now. That's how we want to operate. Leave room, because once you get a person that can't grow, they don't want to grow, and they good, and they're just trying to help you. Two things, one thing I learned, I try to let y'all go. They told me, my former pastor told me, there's two people you can't get information to. Somebody that know everything and a fool. A fool ain't going to take it, and somebody that think they know everything, they ain't going to take it either. Which one are you? Hello? Somebody know everything, what they going to do if you try to tell them something? Somebody, already, you ain't going to be able to tell them nothing. What you going to do with a fool? You see what I'm saying? So you see where your balance got to be? Because the book did say we are fools for the Mashiach. Right? You got to leave you some room in him. Got to leave you some room. Like even the book told, don't be overly. That's right. And you don't want to be overly. Why? I'm trying to be just as perfect can be. That's dangerous. He said you don't want to be overly righteous. Be hard to tell you something. Y'all got it? Y'all see why you got to have this balance? Even in the house, they talk about these weights you got to have. Because everything about keeping balance. When people start tripping and start falling, like Smith got that cane. Why you got that cane? Because you can balance pretty good. They help you balance. They're going to help her get up, to keep her upright. You see that? He not just help her balance. That's the same thing. You need something to help you balance. Time to do that. And the same thing happened with the Torah. You'll be going good for a while. You don't be careful. You'll know that you kind of lean to one side. Hello? It's real important to make sure that we sit and we examine ourselves and make sure you ain't in one of in those two categories where you know everything, or you just a plain right out just stupid fool. All right? That's two.